Welcome to Patrick Roberts, Our New Timeline.
Welcome, everybody, and how is everybody tonight? We are live from the Big W. So, anyways, it is time to fight back. It's time to get started. Get back to work and start fighting these spiritual attacks. We gotta hold strong, stay together, and just keep building one another up. I'm seeing or hearing a lot of people are going through a lot of things right now. So we need to pray together and telepathically connect together. We need to be, they have a hive mind, right? They got their little hive mind and they're going to take their little jabs and all that and follow their orders. And I am learning from my experience with what's been going on with myself that they are not going to be there to help us because we are the outcasts. We do not go along to get along, and so we're the outcasts. We love the truth. They don't. They just want to go along to get along. Who cares whether who's right or who's wrong? And that's just not us. We can't live that way. We got to have truth and justice. And any of you who are going to stick this out and fight this, be prepared. Be prepared as far as your health goes, because there is no medical system for us. Yeah, there's no medical system left for us. It's a different world right now. And some people may say, oh, all you gotta do is you gotta do this, you gotta just wear the mask and everything will be fine. Or get the jab and everything will be fine. You know, where does it stop? When you're on your knees and in shackles? So I see there's a lot of people on tonight, so I don't know if I'll be on too long because I'm sure y'all want to be off visiting somewhere else because there's so many people that want to go live stream now. It's summertime, everybody's breaking out their cameras and live streaming, so that's good. More people out there that are willing to do this, the better, the bigger the platform that we have. And so with that, Hey, Jennifer, you are here, and Crunchy B's still here. Oh yeah, well, yeah, your eye is feeling okay. Yeah, it's doing just fine, just fine, just fine, as you can see. No, I did this little get up because I'm freaking too many people out. I'm freaking too many people out. When I go out and about because of COVID, people are dropping their jaws and they're running from me. So, so even this could be a side effect from a car crash or something. You know, I look like I was in a fucking car crash or a boxing match or something. So, uh, there's a laundry room we have here in the apartment building, and this lady, there's like 3 washers and 3 dryers, and I took some. Yep, I did get some lysine, and I'm taking it. Um, so this lady has got a big can of Lysol or whatever fuck that shit that you spray. I mean, she's spraying the washer down before she even touches it, you know. And I said, "Are you coming or are you leaving?" You know, because I wanted to, you know, I didn't want to. If she's using all the washers, no, I was gonna turn around. She's like, "No, I'm only using one washer though," and I'm like, "Okay." So I start putting my stuff in the washer, and I mean, when I first walked in, her jaw just dropped, and so she's spraying everything down, and I'm having a hard time breathing already because she's spraying all this shit down. Now I said to her, I said, boy, you're really going all out on taking precautions, aren't you? And she said, well, you can't be, or it doesn't. She said it doesn't hurt, and I'm just like, yeah, yeah, it can just hurt. Um, so I had to leave. I had to leave for a little bit and let it air out in there because it was she sprayed enough of that shit to fucking last a month. But people I run into get a little freaked out, and but my I'm telling you, I have got the fucking immune system of I don't know, whatever's got the best immune system around. No, I can't. I give all the credit to Jesus Christ as far as how fast I'm healing. And I'm still in a lot of pain, but I am healing. And so it's not as bad as it used to be, but uh, it's still it still hurts. But at least I can open my eye now. So there she be. Um, I am taking the lysine. I've gotten a lot of the stuff that you guys recommended, and been taking it. Been putting aloe. I got an aloe plant and cut it up. I've been putting the aloe on it, and so yeah, it's coming a long way. I got a little worried. I think it was yesterday morning or the day before. I woke up and my other eye started swelling up. And I'm like, I really started freaking because I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do if both eyes swell shut? But it didn't, it swelled up a little bit, but it didn't go any further than that. So thank God. But it's nice to be able to see out of both eyes now. I still look like I've been in a fight or a car accident. But I'll tell you the reactions I get from being out in the public, how people are like, it's just amazing how people are so afraid of this COVID fucking bullshit. But is there some lights blinking? Yeah, they are changing color. So, there, stay one color. I'm like, is that my eyes or is this fucking screen keep acting up, looking pretty weird? But so how's Jennifer, Crunchy B, Trev? How you guys doing? I swallowed terrible from poison ivy. My dad had to carry me into the emergency room when I was about 16, both eyes swollen shut, and it was in my throat. Oh, yeah, that's nothing to mess with. But I really truly mean it when I say my old neighbor burnt it so airborne. Oh, mm. But I truly mean it when I say uh, we are in for something when uh, the medical field is not there anymore for us who are trying to fight back. Um, and there's certain things that when you go to the doctor and they diagnose you with something and they usually go over what you should do and what you shouldn't do and things to take, things that would help you. I got none of that, none of it at all. I was basically rushed out of there as fast as possible. Um, Even the eye doctor, after I seen the eye doctor, they never made a follow up appointment with me, and they said, "Oh well, we need to watch it closely," but they never made a follow up appointment with me. And then I tried to call them when the second eye started swelling up. I tried to get a hold of them, and nobody would call me back. And usually they'll call you back at least by the end of the day. And so I had to call them back again and remind them that I was waiting on their phone call. And when I did get a hold of them, uh, I asked, should I come in and have you guys look at it again or what? And they asked me a few questions about my vision, and I said, no, I can still see, and I'm not, double vision or anything. And they're like, well, then we don't need to see you. Call us if you have any of them problems. And I'm like, okay. When I did go in, I mean, they didn't even run any tests just to make sure that this is what I have. They were like, that's what you got. I get the same treatment, like they just don't know anything. Yeah, it's not even just that they don't know anything. It's just that they don't fucking care. wherever, the first doctor, what do they call them? The nurse's aide or doctor's aide or whatever. The ones that take your blood pressure and all that stuff. Well, this girl she had a mask on. She had a face shield over that. And I'm sure she had the vax already. And she told me as soon as when I get close to you to get your blood pressure, please put this Kleenex over your mouth. And I'm like, okay. I mean, how more protected can you get? I swear they want every patient in there to be dead so they're not breathing, so they don't have a chance to catch it. Hey, welcome, Justine and Bolgun, nurse practitioner. Yes, that's it. Thank you, sir. So I just want to tell you guys that if you guys are out there and you guys are fighting the mask and the jab and all that, and, making it known in your area where you stand, be prepared not to get the same medical treatment that you would have gotten. Maybe it's that way for everybody. Maybe even if you're going along to get along, maybe they're not getting the same treatment as they would either. I don't know. I just know what I'm experiencing, and this is not the same. I feel like I'm in Nazi, like I read in the history books. I feel like I'm in Nazi Germany. We ain't quite all the way there yet, but we're getting real close. I don't know. I just I know that I need to make sure that I start taking better care of myself, because I know sooner or later down the line it won't be there. I won't go to the doctor for anything. I'll stay here and die first. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too keen on doctors either. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's sure not the same care that we got. What we got when we were kids, and even as an adult. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't. Is it the way they've trained people from a certain time? Did they get this sort of training to act this way, or are they just hiring people that are that really don't give a shit about their job? I mean, I thought a lot of people that get into the healthcare system are people who care about other people. I mean, but it seems like most of the people now, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying most of them they're different. It's different. I can't see in orthopedics, but can't due to a roadblock of the system. Long story. Um, there is it's not too long of a video that I'm going to show. Mm-hmm. And I think we should all take notice of this video. Share screen. Okay. Hopefully it will work. I'm not sure how. Well, that's not the way we want it. There we go. Let me know if you guys are hearing any double talking, or let me know how the sound is.
That's how they do it. That's how they spread it. All those people are changed. Look at them.
Monumental challenge delivery.
This is an undertaking unlike any mankind has done before.
Disease spreading through the whole country.
We were literally talking about vaccinating every man, woman, and child on the planet.
The logistics are daunting. Not only do vaccines need to travel thousands of miles, they need to be kept cold. At Chicago's O'Hare Airport, crews have just 4 hours to unload and reload giant 747s that crisscross the pole.
The product as quickly as possible.
This is one way vaccines will reach their destination. We toured DHL's giant Chicago warehouse before the 2 potential vaccines were announced.
Never be able to stop them.
We just will.
Can't. Look at they control the city.
Here, temperature is everything. It's a lot colder in here. How cold is it in here?
This is 2 to 8 degrees Celsius.
Temperature is everything. Specially designed containers can be set to maintain cold during the flight.
Extremely cold. Really cold.
For extreme cold, the Pfizer vaccine needs to be kept at negative 94 degrees. Containers are also packed with dry ice.
Take me 20 for Plan B.
If you have other business, stay clear of the yellow. Stay clear of the yellow.
Once a vaccine arrives, the race against the clock begins.
Hopefully, from the time it leaves the manufacturer until the time it gets to the final distribution center, no more than 2 to 3 days.
Drug companies like Pfizer will keep close watch when its vaccine hits the market.
We're tracking, planes and trucks with precious vaccine in our shipper, and we're tracking the temperature as well.
When there is a vaccine, it will take some 8,000 fully loaded 747 cargo planes to deliver 1 billion doses to the U.S. market. An enormous logistics undertaking for all shippers, from FedEx to UPS to DHL.
Recently, we expanded our cold chain facilities here in the U.S., opening up Indianapolis with a $1.6 million investment.
Are you ready?
Yes, we are. We're ready.
Yes, we are. We're ready.
In the race for a vaccine, time and temperature are everything.
She's going to be okay. Good night's sleep wouldn't hurt.
Is it contagious?
Matthew.
What's the matter with her?
It's like there's some kind of hallucinatory flu going around. People seem to get over it in a day or two. All I can do is treat the symptoms.
All day Saturday, then mostly fair Saturday night and Sunday. They're 3 miles off the coast.
Elizabeth. 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 No. No.
Schedule of incoming flights is posted by the information booth. All those relatives in Bedford, Eugene, Portland, all those meeting incoming school buses from Humboldt and Jackson County, please report to the Civic Auditorium. Santa Cruz, Santa Barbara, the Greater Los Angeles area, Seattle, Vancouver, report to City Hall.
Why do we have to take a nap now, Mrs. I don't want to take a nap. I'm not tired.
It's like there's some kind of hallucinatory flu going around.
So, the propaganda has been owned in our movies for quite some time for this getting ready for this day. Oh man, that's really fucked with my eyes there. But I've noticed a lot of movies, like other people here on that are making them kind of things. The propaganda is all around. My fucking Wi-Fi must not be. I don't know. Do you guys have problems with your Wi-Fi, even though your fucking routers are like right next? You're basically right next to your router. I mean, this is. I don't know. But I will, if anybody would like to jump in and have a chat, I'll put the link out there. Anybody is more than welcome to hop on in and talk to me. There you go. Where's my sunglasses? I don't know. My eyes are like. That's not really good either. It makes and that strains my eyes. Oh well, just have to fight to it. Cho says yes, and I'm sure it's designed that way. Holy cow, you are so early. I love it. Hey, Algo, how's it going, bud? Yeah, I needed to get on earlier so I am not up all night long. I have to unplug everything and restart once in a while. I wonder if that's what I need to do is unplug everything. Let's see.
Hey, all right.
Hey, Trev, welcome.
What's going on?
Oh, we got a really bad echo.
Oh shit! Hold on.
You want to jump out and jump back in, Trev? See if we can get that.
Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
I'm sorry. We are having technical difficulties right now. If you please stand by, we will be with you in just a second. This is a message from the Roberts and Roberts Corporation. Anyways, guys, Elgo and Chubb, try to come back in. Sorry about that. My computer froze up, so let's try this again. I got everything off now, so you guys should be good to come in. I actually realized why I don't do this on the phone. I have no headphone slot. Huh. Hey, Catherine. Okay, seems better. Everything not so choppy. We're okay. Brenda, hey. How's Brenda tonight? Here comes Sharky. Welcome, Sharky. Shirka call.
Hey, brother. Hey, man. How you?
And welcome, Sharky. Shirka call. Hey, Bogun. How's it going?
Hey, Bogun.
Welcome, Sharky. Shirka call. Hey, Bogun. How's it going?
Hey, Sharky.
Hey, Bogun. We got Vulcan jumped in, and we got we might have to jump back out, Vulcan, and come back in. We might have to jump back out. Yeah, we're better now. Sharky, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I don't hear nothing with the echoes.
How's it going, Algo?
Patrick Roberts, how are you, my friend?
Doing better.
You look better.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you load up on the vitamin D and some of the naturals?
Yeah. I've been taking that lysine. Yeah. Taking that we still got lysine. Yeah. Still got alcohol. Taking that we still got lysine. Yeah. Still got alcohol. Taking that we still got.
Hey, Sharky, how are you?
Hey, good, brother Algo. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Always good to see you and Patrick.
Oh, totally. So, how did the festivals go off? For the holidays at the drag racing.
Yeah, we had about 8,000 people at the church service Sunday. We had about 2,400 cars. We didn't get shut down by the county. The church who came to the place loved it, and we helped them to do what they wanted to do. So it went off without a hitch. I was very grateful that they listened to the guidance we gave them, and they were happy that they managed to pull it off. If anybody's curious about that, there's a place called Blaze Church, the Blaze Church in Colorado, and it's a conservative church, and they put a lot of the video up on their website, being at the racetrack. So, hey, awesome. Jennifer Kiesling. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I love racetracks.
It's a drag strip, though. It's not a real racetrack, because a real racetrack,
no. I call race. I don't like round and around.
Okay.
I like straight.
Drag strip. Yeah.
Drag strip. Yeah.
If you ever find your way to Colorado, I will give you the VIP tour, and we'll find you a car to drive down the racetrack.
That would be so fucking cool, man. I went when I was a youngin'. I went down to Houston Raceway Park. Is that what it's called? Houston Raceway Park, or what not? And I got like some signatures from like Dale Earnhardt and stuff, and it was the funniest thing because that guy's a little short dude. I mean, I think it was Dale Earnhardt. It doesn't. It's been a long time. But what was so funny is the guy was like literally riding around. I had a pit pass, and so it was really cool. I did it a few times, but yeah, he was riding a bicycle, and I just thought that was the funniest fucking shit in the world. Because it's like this guy's like this, with, on those stereo commercials, with Bose or whatever, and it's like blowing your way, and you're in your seat, and listen to the stereo, and I'm like watching this dude ride around in the back on a fucking bicycle, and I was just like, ah!
That's funny.
What a world! What a world!
So Patrick, how overall are you feeling? Like 80%? How are you over there?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm about 40% better. I mean, the swelling's gone down and stuff, but I'm dealing with I'm still dealing with the headaches and the pain. I still now I have like every vision problems now with blurriness,
Wow.
and then it'll clear up, and then like right now I'm kind of really fighting it because the screen will go blurry on me, and then it'll clear up. It depends on, I gotta blink my eyes every time. I think they might be a little dried out, so I think I need to get some eye drops in, but I can't get them in myself. And Rationally was here earlier, and she helped me out and actually put eye drops in earlier, and she was helping me around the house and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm coming along. So, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it's only been like a few days, and I think I've come a long way just in a few days.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're kicking his ass, Patty. You're kicking
Hey,
his ass.
Bullgun.
Hey, do I sound okay now?
Yeah.
You do.
I figured out what was going on. My laptop, I think the microphone's right next to the speaker, and I had it on top of this hard counter.
Oh.
I never had that before. Hey, Sharky, I'm sorry I missed you in the chat a while ago, brother. I was running my mouth, and I went and looked back through the chat, and I didn't see you. Man, I'm sorry.
No. It's my son's birthday, and I was in there. I was listening to a lot of you, and in about the last probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. But I wasn't back in the chat, and I was doing other things around here and stuff like that. But I was still listening.
Okay. I'm sorry I had my sound all screwed up there, Patrick. I finally figured out what was going on, man.
That's okay. It happens. No problem. I was hoping you'd get it figured out. Most people get frustrated and they just give up, and I didn't want you to get all pissed off and be like, "Fuck it, I can't get it." And so
Brother,
I'm glad. I'm glad you made it. I want you in here.
Yeah, I can't even take credit for it. My wife told me to get my headphones and put them on, and I thought, man, I wonder if that is echoing because I ain't got them headphones on. Because I had a 4-hour stream there, just got off of it, and I didn't have my headphones around. I was just using the microphone and the speakers on the computer, but I was outside on the deck.
Oh, really?
It wasn't closed up. Yeah, it was nice here today.
So do you you just did a live stream, you said?
Yeah, brother. Awake and Activate, she was on today for 9 hours, I think, and I was on there most of the time. Me and the wife had to run in town, and it just so happened we ran in town. We was in Walmart and stuff, and I ended up just getting sick at my stomach because what her and Boyne was talking about is how indoctrinated everybody is. Y'all ever seen that movie Wall-E?
Yeah.
Wall-E? Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I see now. The eyes and ears that I got. We went in town and we're in Walmart, and there's 350, 450 pound people in electric scooters. They got them out there charging in the front. They got their masks on. They stand in the aisleways and stare at their phones. Stand at the heads of the aisles in the main ways to get through. You can't get through that store. They're masked up. And I bet 25% of the people that's in there are over 250 pounds and under 6 foot tall. And I bet 15% of them are what you would call obese, where it's restricting their movement, their health, their ability and everything. And you can just hear them electric motors dragging their fat asses around that store all over the place. And it's a nightmare, and like I told him what I started that stream because it's weighing heavy on my heart driving home. You go over and kick one of them over in that thing and say, hey man, you can't get up without somebody helping you. Don't you think you ought to do something about that? And not to hurt their feelings and not to be mean. But I don't think that dieting and suggestion and that stuff's working because it ain't working. The proof's here. And you know, and it's not to see somebody hurt inside and be ashamed of themselves or nothing. It's done with the heart that they'll do something about it. They'll finally get it, you know. And the stuff that's in them shopping carts, you can walk around, it's Kraft macaroni and cheese, Velveeta, processed cheese, potato chips, stuff. You don't see no lettuce. You don't see no cabbage, carrots, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. They don't eat that shit. It comes in a box. It comes in a can, or you can squeeze it out like toothpaste. And I started paying attention really today, walking around looking at this. And then the intelligence level of the people just walk inside the doors and stop. Don't give that's disrespect. We're not we can't exist together. They've got people now so they don't exist together. There's friction and everything. You know, because by the time I get out of there, I'm pissed. I could go in there with a ball bat, and them people would stand in the aisles on their phones and push them ones that shove their card over to the side and then stand to the right and got the whole damn thing blocked up looking at something's the ones that really get me. And then you're standing there waiting to get through, and they look up at you and go right back to what they're doing or that phone. I want to go over to the sporting goods section and get an Easton ball bat and come back and drill that son of a bitch right between the eyes with it. I can't stand that shit because my dog's smarter than that. My dog will get out of your way if you want to go past it. And but anyway, telling you what my live stream was about. I just saw that, and by the time I got home, I was literally sick in my stomach. And I told my wife, I said, baby, we just saw the movie Wall-E. People are on these streams talking about waiting for it to get here. Shit, if you've got your eyes and your ears and your heart, you're seeing it already.
No, yeah. I isn't Wall-E about that little robot that's on the planet, or is that about?
Yeah, brother, he's a little trash compactor because they fucked the daggone earth up so bad, exactly like what everybody's doing. I was talking about that too. I like riding an ATV and being out hunting and shit, and the people who ride these ATVs out hunting throwing so much fucking trash in the woods, they got half the riding places shut down. None of the farmers will shoot at your ass now. You get on their field, you get out on their property on ATV, and they'll shoot at your ass, and the law won't do nothing to them because they're getting tired of people running through their crops and throwing trash around.
One of the movies that remind this is what reminds me of. I can't think of what the movie was called, but it was like a cartoon thing where all these people were overweight, and that's the way they were supposed to be, was overweight, and all they did was watch TV and stuff, and
that's it, bro.
I'm not sure all what that
little robot Wall-E is down here on the earth, and he's running around scooping trash up, and he sits there and grunts real hard, and squeezes it, compacts it into a brick, and then he's down here on the earth doing that. There's all these robots down here cleaning all the trash up, and then all of a sudden he finds this little plant that's still alive. One, because there's nothing growing on the earth anymore, but this one seed sprouts, and his little flashlight comes on, shine on, he grabs it up and is protecting it. Well, then they go into outer space, and they took all of the humans off of the earth, and they got them on this great big spaceship flying around, and all it is consumerism. They're all riding around in these fucking electric scooters, sucking on a damn soda pop with a bunch of shit that you squeeze out of a tube to eat, and they're so zoned out on the TV screen, their phone that's in front of them, that they have to be directed. They be in each other's ways, just like I'm talking about in the aisles, except the machine that they're riding keeps them from crashing into each other. And they are so out of touch with who and what they are, and zoomed out on that screen that that Wall-E, he crashes into one of them, and it interrupts that screen. And that girl, she wakes up, and she looks around, she goes, "We got a pool?" Because there's this great big swimming pool in front of her. And I see that movie now. I'm in that movie. Makes me sick.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it is unbelievable to hear somebody that spent my life believing what I haven't waited to tell you that I feel like I'm in a Disney freaking cartoon movie. Now, that's something I never thought I'd ever say that.
I'll tell you, I give a ride to, some people that are very overweight, and I can't really, you know, I'm overweight myself and everything, but I do try to get out there and do as much as I can. I'm running around all the time, but
I'm not. I'm overweight. I'm not
Right.
what you would call at my weight. I should be like 175, 180 pounds probably, and I probably weigh every bit of 240. But I can run up this hill back here behind my house and down it. I can grab my rifle and run clear down. I can run a mile down the end of this lane and still lay down and shoot and stuff. And I cut firewood, and I pack around pretty good. I'm not what you would call in shape compared to like I was when I was in the Marine Corps or nothing.
Right,
Patrick,
right.
what I'm talking about, brother, these people.
Yeah, no, I was about to explain that when I go to pick her up, you know, she has nothing but sweets, you know, laying around, and she's using a cane and she can't do anything. I take her, you know, she makes sure she bags up her garbage so I can take her garbage out, which is only when you step outside of her house, you take 2 steps to the left and there's the garbage can. And every time she wants me to take her garbage out, and, you know, I give her a ride, and I literally have to.
Brother, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. There's something.
Oh, hell, it's probably me. I'm doing
It's
this.
you, Sharky. It's you, Sharky.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so
That's all
sorry.
right. I was looking for the modulation and I couldn't see it.
I'm so sorry. Let me. All right, hold on.
I got you muted now, Shark.
All right, brother.
So
say that again because I didn't get any of it.
So okay, so I go over to her house, and she knows how I feel. She's got sweets laying all over. She uses a cane. She's way overweight, and now what's going on?
No,
I'm here.
find the link to log in.
Nah, this is Algo.
It's supposed to be
I
public.
can hear Algo talking.
Algo thinks he's muted.
They're doing Zoom, and it was supposed to be on their website, but I couldn't find it.
Hey, Algo.
It is now. All right.
There you go.
Anybody else want to interrupt me? So
I'll be quiet, brother.
Okay. So I go over to her house. Every time she packs up her garbage, and she wants me to take her garbage out every time, which, you know, I do, but I'm like, you know, if you step out of her house, 2 steps to the left is the fucking garbage can, and she wants me to take her garbage out all the time. I give her rides, and I have to pick up her leg to get it into the car. You know, I give her rides to the grocery store, and she rides the cart, or, you know, gets one of them carts all the time. And you know, she's in such bad health. She complains she's in such bad health, and I said, you know, you really need to stop eating them sweets. You know, I mean, like, you know, and I've told her this many times, and she just, that's the thing, is she just sits home all day and eats sweets all day long. You know, I mean, it's hard to. I'm not perfect, like I said. I'm not perfect, and this wouldn't be a surprise to her. You know, I'm not talking behind her back because I've said all this in front of her. I'm not saying her name or anything, but it's not only her. There's lots of other people too that do this, and they can't get around without having one of them carts that you're talking about, them riding carts. No matter where we go, they have to have one of them riding carts. And yeah, no, I get the frustration. The frustration is when you know that you are that bad off that you cannot walk 5 feet without your knees giving out or whatever. That should tell you, hey, I need to do something. I said, you know, you got to try walking, you know, get some exercise. Oh, but my knee hurts, or, there's some excuse, And I said, well, you gotta start somewhere, because what are you gonna do from here on? If you're not doing anything as it is right now. You can't drive because you're overweight. That you can't drive. You anywhere you go, you need a cart or you need to run in. Just a quick stop at a gas station. I'm the one that's got to run in and get whatever she needs. Because it would take way too long for me to let her out of the car and her to go in and get whatever she needs and come back out. And I'm not complaining. I do it to help them out, but am I feeding into am I part of the problem? Yes, they need a ride they need groceries and stuff like that, but well, now you can just order your damn groceries. They're making it so much easier to just stay home and not have to go out anywhere.
Yeah,
dude, you are not part of the problem. No, you're being kind to people in a way that other people are not. You are not part of the problem. Don't ever think that.
This is a 3-strike thing I'm talking about, and that Americans. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been, last I counted, 17 different countries while I was in the Corps. And some of them was just a stopover, but you almost always got to go out in town to a pub or something and drink beer or something. This country is known for fat, lazy, and stupid. And I'm not shitting you. I don't care where you go. You go talk. You go out in the middle of Central America down there in Honduras or something, and you can find an old boy running a chainsaw out in the middle of that jungle, barefooted, with a pair of shorts on. That's all he's ever owned all his life. And he can tell you that Americans are fat, lazy, and stupid. You can go to Italy, and they can tell you that. You go to Okinawa, they'll tell you that. Everywhere I went. And until they find out you're different, that's the way they look at you when you show up. And the people in this country run around with their head, cocked back, buddy, their chest stuck out. And they literally think that these people want in this country come over here for our freedom.
Right.
And I saw a lot more. Oh, no, this country, you're locked down here and always have been, way back in the 60s. You go to these other countries, like over in Okinawa and stuff like that. That's what I was talking about on my stream earlier. Hell, you want to set a card table up and sit there and sell playing cards or carve something and sell. You ain't got to have no vendor's license or nothing. And you're on a public sidewalk out in public. They can't do anything to you. You're allowed to support yourself and make money. Try selling firewood. I'm down here in this old redneck place where I live. Try selling firewood and see how long you can get away with it until the PUCO. For one thing, some asshole will call PUCO. That's a Public Utilities Commission office, and they ride around in SUVs and do nothing but just prick with truck drivers and loggers, log trucks and stuff. And they'll pull your ass over with a load of firewood. And if you're taking that to somebody you've sold it to, you're going to jail. You aren't bonded, insured. You've got non-commercial plates on a truck, and they're going to look at that pickup truck as a truck. You haven't bought commercial tags for it. You have no permit. You have no business license, and you're not bonded and insured through the state. There you go. And you're trying to sell firewood.
You're trying to sell the trees from your property that your labor cut down and put into packages, and that's illegal. And from what you were saying before, Bolt Gun, and we didn't get to say hi, but hi, Bolt Gun. It's always good to talk to you. Always my pleasure to talk with you.
It's my pleasure to talk to you too, Albert.
When you're explaining how you go to the store and you see the people in the situation that they are, it's true of every Western nation, including Europe, UK, whatever. Humanity is dying right now. Humanity is dying and being killed off in a way that is not acceptable to humanity. I mean, at every level. And the permits are one aspect of it, limiting your ability to feed yourself, But when you look at the foods people are eating and the things we're doing, humanity is killing itself. And it's never been able to do that before. It's never had the access to the fake food and the digital realm and the meme wars, the mind meme nonsense that people are dealing with. And I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm so thankful I never had children, because, oh my gosh, if my children and my children's children had to deal with this, I would be depressed.
It's hard on me, brother. I got 3 kids. I got 2 boys, and I got a daughter. And both of my sons, my oldest boy has got 2 kids, 2 girls. I got 3 grandkids altogether. My youngest boy has got a year-old granddaughter, and my daughter's she's just got a boyfriend, and she's engaged. I mean, they're getting married here pretty soon. But and then that is, I worry about them. And like I said, they're of course the people that married into my family, they all think I'm a nut. I'm literally labeled as the crazy combat veteran VA patient because of
and
what
I tell you,
said.
I see a lot. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying a lot of people under 30 years. A lot of people under 30 years old act like fucking kids, like fucking toddlers.
Absolutely.
And
All right.
I was. Are you okay there, Elgo?
No, yeah, I had a phone call. I apologize. I missed the question.
Hey,
Did
no,
I miss
brother, your mute ain't
something?
working. When you got your mute on, you're still bleeding through real faint, like sounds like you're talking in a tube or something.
I took a phone call and I took my hand and I put it over the microphone. I should have muted up and I didn't. So.
Oh, okay. Because it just sounded like you was in a tube or something.
I was yapping to my sister.
Okay.
Did I miss a question?
No. I was just saying that I noticed that people under 30 years old, like not everybody, a lot of them act like toddlers. They just don't have a care in the world, and everybody should do for them. And they expect everything on a silver plate.
Right. I want what I want when I want it.
Yeah. And if they don't get it, they throw temper tantrums. I've seen this from many people lately that are around 28 to 30 years old, and I'm just blown. I'm just like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Rick says, I have a 19-year-old boy out in Illinois who says he's going to take the shot, and he knows how I feel about it. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of our loved ones are going to take it, and that's going to be it's going to be very hard to watch. I mean, I've already had a few loved ones take it. Yeah.
Hey, one place I'm lucky, my oldest boy's awake. I mean, full awake. And he was born in 93, so he's like 27, 28. And for him to be awake like that. But back in 2012, when I hit him with the flat earth, I had a hard time with that. Me and him was tight. He's the one that went in the Army, and he lived and breathed what his old man told him. And what I taught him, all this pioneering stuff I was talking about on my live stream about living off the land, how to hunt, shoot, fish, and stuff. I taught them boys that, and they have a respect for me over that. And I know I never betray that trust that they've gotten. I had a hell of a time trying to figure out when I realized the earth is flat, how I was going to tell my kids.
It's kind of a pretty big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what, I went out to stay with him. He was in the Army. And I went out to Colorado to stay with him, and they got a thing out there, man, where you can ride up on top of oh man, what's that mountain that they climb with the race cars out there in Colorado? Pikes Peak, man. They got a tram car that goes up to the top of that, runs on a gear. It's a train car, but it, damn it, what do they call it? The Cold Railway. And you can go up on top of Pikes Peak, man. And brother, that's how we was up there. And we saw that, and I told him right before we went up there at night. We was out there, and I told him, I said, I just laid it out to him. I said, I'll tell you what, bub. I said, you remember I told you about the war? And see, he went to war too. That's a hell of a conversation. I lived through that war, and then my boy, when he found out he was going to war, and I had to set him down and have a damn talk with him. And man, but I told him, I brought that up. I said, you remember? I said, what I told you before you went to that war, what you's going to feel, what you's going to feel when you got back. Shit, man.
Right.
He said, yeah, Dad. He said, yeah. I said, well, you knew that. You found that to be true. It sets hard, don't it? He said, yeah, Dad. And I said, well, there's something else you've been lied to about, and it's where you live. And man, I just laid it on him. And I'll tell you what, that boy looked at me and he said, I believe you, Dad. And then we got to go up there on that Pikes Peak, man. And while we was up there, I just saw him. He looked at me across that train car, and I knew it. I knew he was like me. And then it was just a steady stream after that. He just ate it up. And then all of a sudden, he just, I never saw anybody wake up like I got to him. And there's this tipping point. You ever see them birds that got that fluid in the back of them, and they dip down that water and it cools off because of evaporation, and that makes that fluid less dense. And that bird just sits there and acts like it drinks. I can't remember what they call them. It's got alcohol inside of it, and it works off a thermoscopic. But you just saw that thing, just like it kept leaning over and pretty soon like a teeter totter, just plink, and he was there, And then now he just, as I find stuff out and new things happening, like Patrick will have a dream and somebody will announce something new that they found or whatever. And it's just a couple hours or maybe a day, and he'll text me, some kind of a link to something that pertains to that or whatever. It's really something how it works.
Well, that's brother. That's very cool.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's not arrogance, man. It's really a conscious way of thinking, and that means you got a good heart, brother, because you don't want to be feeling the pain. That's what one thing, the stream that I just had before Patrick fired up. And I said, there's something, and I hope that other people feel like this, but I hope in these times it's coming, and I'm able to help people that's sick. Knowing these things about yellow root and ginseng and sulfur and things. Because the worst thing in the world for me is to be standing there and somebody's suffering, bleeding, got a broken bone, something, and I can't do nothing for them. It's a hopeless situation, and I don't have the knowledge or the ability or the resources to help them. I'd rather be the person that's sick than stand there and feel that helpless feeling for someone that needs you, man.
Right.
And I hope people feel that way. And because, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the things that we've got around us and medicines, and like the Indians did, and actually listen to Indians so that don't happen. And, man,
well, can I say real quick that one of the coolest things is that you had the opportunity with your son, and you both had a shared military experience, which is important, but you had an opportunity with him to say, okay, so here we are on Pikes Peak at 13,800 feet above sea level. And if you look at your eyes and if you trust your senses, then you understand something about the place in which you live that a lot of people are not willing to look at.
Yeah, brother, and God arranged that meeting. I knew when I was up there in that train car that my trip out there and that time with him and everything, it was all about that time right there. Just that 10 minutes right there hit me. And I knew it, man. I felt it. And then when you get up there and you get above that atmosphere and them clouds and you're looking at that sun and it's getting farther away from you, you can see it. And that atmospheric lensing, refraction, it's not as bad up there.
Nope.
I think it's time I got to do a call. I got to do a shout out here. We have Brenda, Tammy. Welcome, JW. It's been a while. Chloe, welcome. Orez, Justine, Brenda, Rick, Jennifer, Trev, Catherine, Moonbeam. Welcome everybody. Algo, Bolt Gun, Sharky, Sharkcon. I think I have gotten everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. But getting off the subject a little bit, I wanted to talk about. I'm noticing a lot. It's becoming more and more. I don't know if you guys seen the last story about the cruise ships, but the cruise ships are complaining that they're tired of not being in business, and they're bitching because they want to get back to work. And you know where this is heading, right? They're bitching because they want to get back to work, and obviously you can't 6 feet distance and all that on a cruise ship. So they want I'm not sure if they're asking the government to do some sort of COVID or jab ID thing, so they can get people on the ship that have only had that's had the jab, and the only way that you'll get on a cruise ship is if you had a jab. So we're seeing that now coming in fruition coming to light in the ship, or the taking I'm losing it here.
No, you're right. If you're gonna go onto a cruise ship, you have to show proof that you took a medical device into your body that does not prevent or does not inhibit the spread of the thing they call the COVID stuff.
Yeah, and they'll start with that, and then they're already doing it for passenger overseas. Nobody can get in and out of the country without showing proof of your COVID. I don't know if it's our country or if it's. I know other countries are doing it, so I don't know if our country is doing it. But nobody in or out without showing the jab. And then baseball games. They had a baseball game the other night with 40,000 fans. I heard this on the news, so I don't know if it actually took place or they were talking about it, wanting to do it, or if everybody who did go into that baseball game, did they have the jab, or is this a setup to let everybody in afterwards, say, oh, shitload of people spread it, and now no more going to any games without having the jab.
They're giving discounts on
we
tickets.
Can see it. Yeah, we can see it coming. Oh, they're giving discounts?
Yeah, Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Reds organization will give you a ticket for $10 if you present your COVID's certification. And I'm saying it that way on purpose because it's the vaccine pass. Yeah, they're giving a discount for doing that. So we know by October, September, you're going to have something to go buy food, or you're going to have to lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, the jab, you're exactly right. This is where it's heading, and we all knew it was heading this way. Yeah. And I can see the steps they're taking, and we're getting closer and closer to they're setting it up right now, and I can see them setting it up.
Yep.
It's baby steps, because they make one move too big, too far, it draws attention. These idiots can see it, but they got these people so damn stupid. As long as they take baby steps, they can crank them right into it. My parents are telling me right now they can't wait until whenever it is they can vote again and get Trump back in there or whatever. And I sat right there at the table and I said, wait a minute. You guys just got done telling me how damn crooked the system is and that your vote didn't count for shit and that there was no way in hell if they just voted him in there. And then in the very next sentence, you told me you can't wait to vote again.
Yikes.
And they sat there, and I saw this kind of look come over them when they sat there and looked, and they go, oh, no, they know it's out now. They got that taken care of, and this Schumer and all that stuff. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, shit, man. I said, you guys, there ain't no way in the world you guys still buying this, are you? And they just clam up. Now, it used to be, I'd get thrown the hell out of there.
Some people out there selling their damn soul for a fucking Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, brother.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, yeah, Krispy Kreme.
Yep. That Krispy Kreme's bigger around here.
Welcome, Propagate This Light. Welcome.
So I, Patrick, let me ask you a question, please. And Sharky and Bolgun, you guys as well. You've read some of the Bible. You may or may not believe in a creator God. Not the point. In that Bible, it says there will be a time when they separate the wheat from the tares. And for me, that right now is the people that can see through the stuff and the people that can't see through the stuff. And the ones who can't see through it are going to be infringing on our lives in a way that we never saw coming. Right?
Oh,
so
I can see it. I can see it coming.
Yeah, and there's going to be a point where we're either going to have to fight, run, die, or steal.
Fee, fi, foo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that
and
means something to you now, doesn't it?
It does, and people are afraid, and people are,
now,
uninspired with life. But
all I gotta say is
it's not over.
You and Patrick and Shirley just now, and probably everybody in chat just now understood what I meant by that, didn't they? Now that's the difference. Because you go out there and talk about the people you're talking about. And no, I'm not sitting here blowing our horn and being egotistical and saying that we're chosen by God and that we're special and above everybody. Why'd you understand that? Why'd he understand that? Why'd Shirky understand it? Why does everybody in chat understand what I just said? Because that's to a fable. But yeah, they'll be smelling you out. They'll be able to smell you. They can't already. You experiencing the hatred from people just because they feel they're good?
Yeah,
they just hate you for no damn reason.
When the time comes that they stop me from buying groceries because I won't take the jab, people better start protecting their gardens because I will be stealing from your garden.
I'll be stealing from the corporations.
I'll be out there shooting rabbits and squirrels and getting that fire going.
If you're out in the country, Patrick, go up and ask. Don't steal out of a garden. You'll kill you. They'll shoot you. They will right now. You get caught down here where I live. I'm not shitting you right now. You can go find a law officer right now down here. They ain't like a law. I'm hearing people on here talking about how bad the law is enforcing this. They don't do that around here. They get along with the people around here. I've got to say that our county law enforcement is pretty decent around here. But they'll tell you on somebody's property and you're in their garden, you're in their chickens, you're in their livestock, you're dead, man. If they shoot at you. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you walk up that driveway, and if they come out on the porch with a gun or something, come out there and you just hold your hand up to them and go ahead and walk on up and tell them who you are. And you tell them you're hungry, they'll bring you in your house, sit you down, they'll have a white fish and something to eat.
Yes,
but don't steal.
That's what all of us would do here, I believe.
Yeah.
All of us here would believe. I believe. I'm sorry, not would believe, but I believe. And we help each other. We like to help. When we can, and we don't like to ask for handouts. We like to help, and we don't like to ask for handouts. And there's a lot in that.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I know what you was, but Patrick, I know what you meant. I know what you was getting at, brother. That you're not going to submit that you will beg, borrow, and steal before you will lose your soul. And that's that. I understand what you're talking about there. And that before you lose your soul, you will risk getting shot stealing. So I understand exactly what you mean. Not that you're going to come and steal from one of your brothers because he's got a garden and you don't. I know that that's not the way.
The people that that would be growing these gardens anyways would probably be the people that are awake, you know. So yeah, it would be easy for me to just walk up and ask for it. The people who are not awake, I cannot see them really growing a garden or really giving two shits about anything. You
Right.
know?
They'll be obeying. They will be obeying and honoring God's law. Right. If they are still alive and they're healthy and they're living their lives and they've got a garden and livestock and stuff, that is 100% truth that they are getting their tidings from God. Because people call it luck. They're like, man, I had some bad luck. Yeah, bad luck, brother. You got your tidings. You made your bed and you had to lay in it. It didn't have a damn thing to do with luck. At your tidings. And when you see in people's tidings, I was talking about this earlier, them Amish built pole barns. I point that out to my children when we're all together as a family going somewhere. I'll point out a pole building that was built by God and people inspired by God. All the lap joints and everything are made so you can't see them from the road, and it's plumb and square. It fits the ground. It fits what's around it. It's lined up with the house. The driveway flows into it. Man, I mean, the doors are on it right. You know, they got to do the right way with the wind. I mean, you see that stuff. You see a building and a regular old construction crew come out there and made, and they don't care how the lap joints are. And you'll see that the screws don't line up perfect down through there. They line up good, but you can just see one of them buildings that them old Amish boys build, and it's just you can see you can see God in it.
Tommy, tell the truth, bud.
Hey, Tommy, good to see you, brother.
There's the link if anybody else wants to come in.
Yeah, Tommy's he's been babysitting, boy. I mean, he's been burning that candle on both ends on that babysitting, ain't
he? Yeah.
Mr. Mom, that's it, Mr. Mom.
Malaya.
I've been out of the action for a while, so I haven't. I don't even know if Tom's been live streaming at all lately or not. I haven't been catching anybody's live streams in the last week.
Yeah, Tommy used to stream all the time, man. I think he's over on DLive when he is now. I caught him on YouTube every day. I miss that too, man. Tommy used to be on all the time, dude. He had some good ones, man, some long ones too. And I mean, they got deep. But he had some good streams. Yeah, Tommy, if you're listening, man, you need to start doing that again, brother. I know you. You said you're getting ready to move, and
he's moving.
Hey, man, me and my old lady lived in that camper sitting out here in the driveway, and my boys in his driveway for a long time until we got this place here. That's what we had to do until we got a house. But yeah, man, start them streams up again, Tommy. You get in that camper, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, Crystal. I don't think I even called you out at all. Well, you're being called out now, Crystal. Crystal, by the time that it may be an option to steal from a garden, people are going to be looting from the stores. Yeah, I agree. People put a lot of work into their garden, and the type of people that keep a garden are the type of people that are armed. He's right. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's like down here. I bet 100%. I sit right here. I bet my next paycheck, right around me, up and down this road, and within 10 miles of me right here, you couldn't find somebody that don't have a gun, and if they ain't sitting by the door or over the door. There's one. You can walk. There's one leaned by the front door. Here, there's one in the bedroom back are accessible. There's one in the vehicles and on the tractor. They always keep them on a tractor. And about every pickup truck you see, you'll have one, and especially if it's got one of them. You guys know what a farm bumper is for pulling them wagons, got the spring-loaded hitch. You see one of them on, there'll be a gun in there.
We used to fucking be able to, have a truck with a like a thing where you can put 2 shotguns or whatever.
A gun rack.
Yeah. I thought there was another name. Gun rack, but gun rack. I consider a gun rack something you have at home that you put your guns in. This was
in the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, but we used to be able to drive right on high school grounds and park your truck, go into high school, get out, and then go hunting.
Hey, we took our gun. I got on the school bus with a 12-gauge shotgun, 250 rounds of ammo, because we had trap shoots in vocational agriculture, and we had what they called pest hunts. And you'd go to a farm like a dairy or something like that, and everybody'd run around, and you collected crow's feet and rat tails. And they had a pest hunt, they called it. And you get on a school bus with a shotgun and ammo separate. I mean, of course, it wasn't loaded, and ride to school. And then when you got to school, you put them in the guidance counselor's office, and then took the ammo down and put it in the BOAG shop. But I got on a school bus with a gun legally and went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, times have definitely changed.
Hey, Tommy missed the first part of this conversation, brother. We're not planning on shooting. That's what wasn't. Patrick said that before he submits to the jab and loses his soul, that he'll be stealing food out of gardens. And I said, Patrick, if you're out in the country, like around here, I said, you won't have to, don't do that because you'll get shot doing it. I said, just go up and ask them, and they'll fix you a meal. And then they'll go out and load you up out of the garden. All you got to do is go ask. That's what we was talking about. Yeah, I ain't going to shoot nobody for trying to feed themselves. But I can't speak for other people.
Exactly what Jennifer said. I will hunt deer and go fishing for food. I will grow what I can, and God will let me know what I need to do. Exactly.
You'll be guided. You'll be put to the places you'll be led to it, or people will be brought to you. You'll provide, just like the fish in the baskets, the fish and the bread. It's going to be the same thing.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's a bit odd, but it's something I did as a kid, and us cousins did as a kid. And we thought we were hot shit till we went in and talked to Meemaw. And so we had a dare one time, and we found these earthworms. We was digging up earthworms, and then one cousin's like, I dare you to eat that earthworm. And so my cousin did, and then I did. And then my third cousin, Michael, that you Patty met here, he ate like 3 of them motherfuckers. And so we thought we were hot shit. We went into Meemaw and told her, and she was like, "You're doing it wrong. You got to split them down the middle, dig the dirt out, and then you put them in a pan and kind of fry them up." So, I mean, and you can find earthworms everywhere. I mean, they're just all in the dirt. So if you got to, have some sustenance, there are plenty of worms if you just stand right in your fucking own ground and dig.
Hey, remember
it's not, but it is sustenance.
You guys ever see that anymore?
What's that, Patrick? Say it again.
Whenever it would rain and you would see worms in the puddles, I've not seen that in a long time.
It's still like that around here. If you want night crawlers, you can just take the hose and take a sprinkler down here and put it in the yard and let it run all day. And then that night, they kind of like it when the moon's out, they mate. You see them come up when there's full moon, and they'll be together mating on top of the ground, have that foam all built up around them.
Yeah,
you got to and then we got these extension cord and put 2 welding rod on the end of it with a wire nut to strip that extension cord back and go out there and stick them in the ground and bring them up. But they die on you later. When you bring them up with that electric like that, they won't stay alive. they only live about a day and then they die. I don't know what it does to them, but
That was one of the worst shocks I ever had in my entire life.
yeah, you get right. If you're to the left or to the right, but you get right in the middle, right where they call it the vector is, and if you're squatted down and put your hand on the ground, you'll shoot up in the air like a grasshopper, man. Did it do it? Was you squatted down when it got you?
Yeah, I was not. My dad, my stepdad, and my neighbor were pulling worms out of our grass. And I came home on my bicycle, and I said, "What are you guys doing?" And they said, "Oh, we're getting worms to go fishing." And I said, "Well, how do you do it?" And they said, "Well, you put the positive over here and the negative over here, and then you move the negative, and then they come up and you grab them and you move it again." And I said, "Oh, can I try it?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." And I was like 11 years old at the time. And I grabbed that sucker, and it would not let me go.
Yeah, 110, 120. 120 is the worst thing to get hit by. Because it'll lock you up.
Yeah, my stepdad, he ran around the house to try to go unplug it, and the neighbor took me and he busted me off of it, and he literally bent the rod.
Oh,
that is not a fun ride.
Nah, getting electrocuted is bad, man. You can feel your inside. I felt my fingers up in I felt my guts roll inside of me. I got wound up.
You feel it getting like tingling everywhere, and you feel it rolling.
I shoved my fingers up in a contactor and got across 2 legs of 480 volts over at the steel mill that I worked at, and I felt my guts twist in me inside my belly, man. I mean, that was bad.
We used to go out to my uncle's farm, and I had a ton of cousins. And we would all play football out in the cow pasture. And I don't know how many times I ran into the fucking fence.
Electric fence.
A live wire fence.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit there won't hurt you. I got that right here.
Though. It'll sting you.
It stings you, but it won't hurt you. I mean, it won't mess you up. Man, on 120, 240 and shit like that. Boy, that daggone stuff, man, that hurts you now. You ain't no good the rest of the day after you get nailed by that shit, man. It does something to you.
You remember Ren and Stimpy? Don't piss on the electric fence. Woo!
Your legs are wobbly, your muscles are weak.
Sharky, man.
For sure.
What did you say?
You gonna have
Shark again.
Ren and Stimpy. We used to watch Ren and Stimpy when I go get plasma at the service, man. And Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy be on there. They're like, "Don't piss on the electric fence." Woo! It's just something totally stupid that just popped back into my brain. Just totally fucking stupid. But yeah.
Hey, Sharky, can I ask you something?
Uh-huh.
How did your beard get more epic?
I don't know. It looks the same to me, but I don't know. People here use like beard grease and crap. I've just been out there working on my car, so I don't know. Maybe just doing man's work, I guess, and getting my hands stuck in the door jams like this. You know, trying to fix electric windows and shit. And this 92 Lincoln, baby tank I've got that's got the soul of my 68 Chevelle in there, and I'm like, maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, bro.
That's cool, and it might be a reality shift,
It could be
because our faces change, our bodies change, and shit like that. So
that beard is rocking.
I've heard
mine will never be any longer than this because my beard length is determined exactly by the distance from right here to right here because it gets burned off right here. I finally figured that out.
Good call.
That's where it gets trimmed off right there, singed off.
And Patrick is wearing the ever popular trimmed down goatee. Looks like Patrick. You actually look like a NHL hockey coach.
Yeah, man, he looks like somebody. I mean, you would not fuck with Patrick walking up to him, looking at him right now, man. He looks like a damn biker or a freaking hockey player or something. Like he just
Hey.
rocked your shit.
I'm gonna tell you, Patty's a big guy.
Yeah,
Patty doesn't look like a big guy. Patty's a big guy.
No, you
He's
can tell
got he's got a bigger bone structure, you know.
No, you can tell by
He's
his
a
neck.
big guy. I'm like a little guy compared to Patty when I'm sitting next to him. Patty's a big fucking guy.
Yeah,
He's strong as
I
an
used
ox.
to I used to play hockey. I never got this fucked up.
The
Hey,
shingles
Salted
whipped your
Cedar.
ass more than a goalie.
Yeah.
Hey, Salted Cedar, good to see you, man.
Oh, Salted Cedar makes the best videos. Because of the animation, he can never have content, or people cannot comment on his videos because they always throw it into like kid stuff. But I'll tell you, Salted Cedar makes some awesome videos. If you
Yeah.
are not subscribed to Salted Cedar,
I don't know.
it's a big mistake if you're not subscribed to Salted Cedar.
Well, I've known
I mean,
Salted
it is
Cedar.
all I can do to get a live stream going, man. I really got to hand it to guys that can put them videos together like that, man.
Oh, no kidding. Are you kidding me?
That's a talent, just like, you know, whittling out a gun stock or something, man. I don't care what anybody says. That's challenging for me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I can't
Me
do
too.
it. I can't do it. I can't
I
sit here
can't
and say I
either.
can do it. I don't have an artistic bone in my body. I can't play an instrument. But you give me a toolbox and an engine or something, you know, I mean, I'm all over that. I see that and understand it, hydraulics and things.
You can fix it.
Yeah, I see it, man. I mean, I look at it. This is no shit. I look at a gearbox, and by looking at the shafts and their placement, if I know the input direction, I can see the rest of it.
Right.
Not literally see it like they show Superman, but I can tell you what's in it, and whether it's a worm gear drive or a bevel gear or a herringbone. And you can do that because there won't be any thrust balls. A herringbone gear doesn't have to have a thrust balls. You know how most gears are cut at an angle like this, so they run in helical. Well, they'll have to have a thrust balls on one side or the other. The case will be thicker. And this is what I keep trying to tell everybody, man. Once you see this, it don't make any difference if it's a boat, a ship, an airplane, a coal mine, a dentist office, or a grocery store, man. If there's a piece of machinery in there operating, you can see this because it all does the same shit. And something has to be there for it to happen. And the world becomes a different place. It's not full of bullshit and unknowns and everything, man. And that's how I got shown the spiritual side. That's what God did. He showed me through wrenches and engineering and stuff how he.
Oh, no kidding, right? No kidding.
This is hard for me to. It's really hard for me to put in words, man. But I saw it through that.
No,
you know, because I'm like, man, how smart would you have to be, you know, to discover this or whatever, man? I saw the mechanics of it. That's what got me.
You put it very well, and in the way that if you're going through this realm in your life and everything doesn't make sense, and you know all the media's lies, and you know the politicians' nonsense, if you can find something that makes you connect to it in the way you just said with mechanics, God is speaking to you through that.
He's at the end. That's right, brother. He's at the end of it. However you did it, man. Music. There's some of these guys wake up through music. There's people just go out and sit in the woods and meditate. Okay, I don't care. But if you dedicate yourself to it and you go, I'm gonna find the truth in this. That's where it's at. The truth. You dedicate yourself to the truth. God. You find God.
Yeah,
You
and
dedicate
same with
yourself
Sharky's pictures behind his head. Same thing. Same thing with Patrick coming out and doing a stream and wanting to bring people together. Same thing. To me, it's the same thing.
Right. Yes, it's everybody's purpose, and that's the herd, and that's the equation, man.
Yep.
The recipe.
Well, I tried to add this into my description, but it won't let me, so I had to put it in the chat. If anybody can help, I don't even know if the link works or not, but if anybody can help or can donate, I put the link in there. And it looks like it will work. Yep. So yeah, it looks like it works.
$1 or $2 or whatever. Patrick Roberts StreamYard, his PayPal, right in the chat. even $2 makes a big difference. And after we get through the stream, I'm going to go over there. So good for you.
Yeah, thank you guys. And thank everybody who has supported me. I appreciate you guys. I am back. We're gonna fight this thing. We have to. I see a lot more people starting to do streams, and that's a good thing. Now, Sharky, were you starting to do live streams? Or no, was you Bolt Gun? Bolt Gun's doing live streams.
Bolt Gun, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
So if you guys are not subbed to Bolt Gun, if somebody's got Bolt Gun's link, can you put it in the chat?
Yeah, I'm too computer illiterate to do it. Sorry.
I can actually do it. And I'll go. If you're not subbed to Algo's, make sure you sub. I'm pretty sure everybody here is sub, but we may have people come and watch this live stream later that don't know you guys. So we need to get you guys's your channels in the chat here.
There's old Joe Dirt. He's another old country boy that knows this stuff.
Well, yeah, and Joe Dirt Joe Dirt streamed for the first time last night.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Awesome. And I missed it. Damn it.
Yeah, I did too. That's awesome, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't have no internet last night. That's another problem living out here in the boonies like this. About 75% of the time, my internet will just barely be able to let me stream something in with the video, and probably 25% of the time we don't even have it.
All right.
Yeah, there might be about 9 videos on there now, Salted Cedar. The last one that's on there at all would be Wall-E for real life. I just did it about an hour, about 2.5 hours ago. Wall-E in real life or something.
Nice.
Oh, man. So you just did a live.
I loved it. I loved it, Boat Gun. You didn't have nobody join you either, right?
What's that, brother?
You didn't have anybody come on. I was going to try to come on, but then my son's birthday and he got off the school bus.
I went clear an hour through that and never even put the link up or anything, and missed you and all that, and then nobody come on.
Yeah, but what y'all got to realize is Boat Gun talked for 4 hours.
Yeah, I did, man. I was all wound up. I did. I got wound up, and I got to cussing and carried on.
It was good, man. It was good. I was in there about 3/4 of the time and out about 1/4 of the time, I guess.
Thanks,
or maybe at least a half a time and half a time out. But yeah, it was good, man. You did good.
Yeah, by the time I got out of town today, I was truly, literally sick at my stomach, man. I feel for these. It's breaking my heart. Hell, I got choked. I was telling everybody about that, man. I said, I'm like a daggone ball baby anymore. I was talking about that, and that bothered me so bad. I got teared up. I was choked up about it. I can't stand to see my people doing that, man. And like I said, just one point in time, man, I had my heart. Hell, I going to war. You know, I mean, and that's the way my brothers felt, man, when we was over. You know, we was doing that so the people that we loved and cared about didn't have to. And, you know, I mean, that's what was in our heads. I mean, that's what was in our hearts. It was. We were lied to. That ain't what we was doing. We was out doing a rich man's dirty ass deeds, man. Over tribal shit and stuff. But I mean, that's what those men do, you know, and that's why I do it. And then now that you come back and you see what these people's turned into, and they just give it all away, man. They just all their rights and everything that everybody was, they gave it away. They don't even know they've got them. They're so damn stupid. They don't even. Man, that's it. They're just stupid. They don't know shit. They're just smart enough to make enough money to keep maintaining an automobile enough to run back and forth to Walmart.
Well, right, but like you said, your heart was in the place where you were planning on helping humanity and trying to help humans live in this place. And the motives behind you being there were lied to and blah, blah. We get that. But the fact that you gave a shit about humans to get it and do it, I mean, that's why I support all the police, all the troops, in spite of the fact that they're doing an agenda that they don't even understand.
No, their heart's right too. They're believing the lie, but their heart and what they're. Damn, dude, this is hard to put in words, man. Because I mean, we know what's sick, brother. This is how they do it, man. They take a good man with a good heart and lie to him, and since he's got that, he's a good man, he's a good heart. He think there's no way in hell somebody tell a lie like this,
right?
You know, and that's a shit that burns your ass about this, man. That's why the people. That's what I mentioned on my stream. I'll tell you what, these people. These son of a bitches, buddy, that's taking these good men and lied to them like that. I'm gonna tell you what, you couldn't pick a worse enemy.
Oh, please, yeah.
The men down here, the good ones, the ones that aren't afraid, man. They haven't faltered, they haven't fumbled, they haven't reserved themselves. They put themselves out there, man. They went for it, brother.
Yep.
Damn, brother, they got their attention now, man. They got them pissed, buddy. They've hurt them. They've hurt their damn feelings. They broke my heart, and I know they broke a lot of other men's hearts, man. And I wouldn't want anything like that.
Between Salted Cedar and Jennifer, they have put all your guys' links in the chat. And Joe Dirt, I thought I was subbed to you. I just subbed to you. Joe Dirt's link is in the chat also. And I just subbed to you, Joe. Sharky, do you want to put your link in there?
I was looking. I didn't want to interrupt, but I saw Salted put my link in there. I don't know how to do links.
Oh, okay, got your link. Okay, so
Salted,
they got you all covered now.
Yeah. Thank you, Salted.
And Moonbeam. So Moonbeam, I don't think I'm subbed to Moonbeam. I am now subbed to Moonbeam.
That video that I kept trying to show it reflects in the camera there so bad. There's about 30 French police officers throwing their handcuffs in the street, refusing to go on with this pandemic.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why that video will not play is because it's been taken down off TikTok 15 minutes after it was posted. It's not available anymore.
Of course.
And that's in France.
That's a good sign.
The people in France has been talking about how tyrannical the law has been in this, and something's happened where they're finally seeing something. But in that picture there was a post earlier. It said 2 cops. And this, if you can see in that picture, you know, that's man, that whole thing's going now. That's something how they can do that. But anyway, you can see a whole row. There's 15, 20 cops in that. There might be 40. And then when the camera pans over, it shows both of them. And they're all, as the camera's going down through there, they're taking their handcuffs out and throwing them in the street in protest of it.
I thought I seen that a while back. You say that's recent?
The oldest one that I know of, they show two cops, maybe 3, doing it. And they're out in the street, they're lined up, organized, and the guy with the camera is going down through there, and they're showing them going out. And looks like there's a few superintendents and stuff standing around, but they're literally taking their handcuffs out and throwing them on the street in front of them at their feet. And it's when the translation is done, that it's in protest of the oppression of the people, that they're not going to do it anymore, that they're not going to tell them that they can't open their shops up. They're not going to arrest them for trying to make a living and feed themselves. They're tired of watching them starve and lose their housing, and their automobiles are being repossessed. And they're not going to be responsible. And I'll tell you what it is. The people are probably coming up to them and going, "Hey, you're my neighbor. You know, I didn't think you'd be doing this." to us, and my children are wanting to know why you're being mean to us, why it's a grocery store. You know, I mean, I'm starting to kind of think about that now because they do have to live out in the community, and they're not stupid, they're not blind. And why in the world wouldn't at one point in time, you know, God's still going to be waking people up, you know, and a lot of us, it's been like 10 years ago now, but maybe he's waking them up now through this.
We hope so, right?
Yeah, their message is just now being played out, you know, the thing that wakes them up.
So, Patrick, my friend, pardon me. Thank you for letting me be here. I got to bounce.
Okay.
Bolgan, always a pleasure. Sharky, always a pleasure. Patrick, keep healing.
Same here, brother.
Keep taking that vitamin D. Keep healing up.
Sure will. I appreciate you coming, Algo.
Anytime, of course, always.
Good, safe night.
Yeah, you too. And you guys, everybody who, I mean, the people that are in the chat and the people that follow Patrick, you guys are my people. You are good people, and I am honored to know each and every one of you.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right, until next time.
All right, man.
Love you,
Take
brother.
care.
Good night.
Night.
Cammy says, okay, back had to post some pictures. Yeah, Cammy, I seen you posted them on Twitter, and I was trying to hurry up and let people see what you had posted on Twitter. It's a bunch of pictures of plants and flowers and stuff. But the photos went by too quick, and I couldn't find it again. And Brenda Mitchell, I do believe that if you want to put your link in there, I am pretty sure I remember seeing your videos. So yes, I am subbed to you.
Patty.
What?
You want me to talk about some weird shit with me? I mean, it's a parable. It's a parable. But just some weird things that happened yesterday with me.
Yeah.
And with the Mandela effect and all the woulda, coulda, probably did it and that kind of shit. So I talked to my dad last night and he got a bit heated. And I'd had a few beers and Dad had Lord knows had a few beers. But one thing kind of leads into another, and then as the beers go on, you get about weirder and weirder, and you're just trying to open up, right? Because he's a Mason and I'm not, and he doesn't tell me shit, and I've tried to tell him shit that I know, but it doesn't apply to his shit that he knows that he won't even fucking tell me. And so one thing leads into another, and I was like, got into the not from here factor, right? And then I told him, when I was like 17, 18, 19, and I was working at Florida Drum, and how this machinery blew up while I was in it, a big grinder with 50-gallon drums we had put in this. It's a big fucking rectangle thing, and I was in the top with a broom handle, and I crawled up on this fucking stool, a wooden stool, like three tiers long, to crawl up into the top part of this fucking thing. It's like this, right? And then my boss is over there, manager on the side, hitting the fucking button, and he's hitting the fucking go button, the green button, and the stop button, and he's because it was stuck. I'm in there with this broom handle. He told me to get up in here with this broom handle and fucking just, knock the damn thing down into this big ass fucking grinder. And then it literally blew the fuck out. And it blew hunks of metal that big, 35 feet straight out. I fell down into it, and my boss was okay. He was on the outside right next to it. It blew it straight out. I fell down into it, and then they made me clean the shit up. And I quit the job after that. And my dad had no recollection. Sorry, I had a few beers. Recollection of that event happening. And he was like, what? Really? And he got really concerned and stuff. And I'm like talking about shit that my own dad knew. My own dad knew, but the dad here doesn't know. And it gets a bit weird, you know, when you're thinking about those things. And that really was to me back then, there was no way in God saved me. And so he plucked me from and put me back. And then that was just one. And then when the Mandela effect happens, you get to recall it back, and you're like, well, okay, so this literally could have happened. And I call them woulda, coulda, probably did this, but that is one right there that there is no way I should even be here talking to you right now. And then it's like we're only ghost talk to ghost here. I mean, and we see the ghosts. I saw ghosts all my life, but it's like, are we always ghosts? And my mother, you know, watched a woman come out of the room that she literally died in. And she died in that room in this house, right, which is my son's room. Literally, it was the walls linked with her mother. Her mother passed here. After my mother passed, she passed within, you know, a wall's length. Beds right up against the thing. I mean, this place is something else. And I don't know what it is, but it is very, very, very freaking magical, I guess. If I want to call it anything, it's magical. It makes no sense in a lot of ways. And I was kind of losing my point here. Sorry. I had a point, but I think I lost it. It'll come out later. Who knows?
That's okay. Take your time. Take a sip of that beer. Brings back some memories.
It helps.
There you go. Are you remembering now?
No, not yet. I hear train sounds.
So what happened with your dad then? You guys just...
Dad didn't remember what I was fucking talking about. And then he got a bit weird because I swear I'm a different version of me, and I've been out there digging around in that car and fixing stuff. And one thing leads to another. You know, he let me his car. The taxes and shit, a lot of things have been turning around. I've got to, you know, it's not like you got money, but you got money, and then you can give back to the money. Once I figure out how to fucking give the shit back. And then, but I've been out there working on the car and watching videos, and I've been really mechanically in tune here, which I'm usually not. And I've had so many times where I'm like, even in this house, and I'm like, well, okay, so it's leaking there, and I'll shift out of this shit, or you know, or my you know, something weird happens, and all of a sudden my fucking damn lawnmower's working fucking right.
Hey, bro,
I didn't go out there and
fix your dad, man. What happened with you and your dad?
Oh yeah, man, it was a knockdown out, drag out, you know, because I was asking him shit like, well, I want to know, you know, I mean, I can remember, and I can't remember, like about 3 fucking months in there, but I'm like, I was on all them drugs and shit from the VA, and I'm like, all of a sudden I know you're taking me up to the VA. I'm in your car going to the VA, into the emergency room at the VA, and then we walk in, and all of a sudden Dad's like, yeah, my son has been talking about committing suicide. And I had no clue what the fuck he was talking about. I mean, as far as I was concerned, it was just my back. And we go into there, and then they gave me some great, big, nice fucking, the best sandwiches in your life, like Scooby-Doo sandwiches and shit, and potato chips. Put me in a room with a fucking TV after I sit there for a bit, and they watched me about fucking 9 hours. And then they let me go. 2 fucking days later, I'm back in the same thing. I'm in Dad's car. I'm like having a repeat. I'm going up there. The people remembered me. And they're like, I'm on suicide watch, and they give me just, and I'm like, man, y'all got the best sandwiches, you know. And so I'm eating these fucking sandwiches, trying to talk to the black lady at the end of my bed, fucking sitting there, you know, basically baby watching me. I'm like, I need to get, you know, and both times I was like, I need to get some fucking nicotine, you know, I smoke, and they're like, here's a fucking thing, and you take a fucking puff off this nicotine thing, and it's like 18 fucking cigarettes in one, and you take a puff, and you're like, my God, man, are y'all killing me, or should I kill myself? And it's fucking retarded. And then I left, but I've got 3 months in there that I realized, and I can't tell you what it was supposed to be by now, but 3 months in there, I did realize, I'm like, I don't know, I've got memories, but they're all shuffled around in a jar, like if you shake a big bunch of fucking M&Ms up in a jar, and it's like, well, which one went first? And you're trying to separate them. Like, I got no fucking clue. I don't know what the fuck happened. But other than probably fucking died a few times, and I ain't got no fucking, or maybe I come into this one to help this one out. You know, this version of me. And the other one couldn't hack it. You know, you can't hack it, got to pack it. Wait, is that how it went? Can't hack it, you got to pack it. Is that how that went, Bo Good? You can't hack it, you got to pack it.
What's that? You talking about saying in the core, brother?
Yeah, in the core. Can't hack it, got to pack it. That might have been a sunglasses.
It sounds like there's something like that, but that ain't.
Yeah, I was in the sunglasses state, so you know we had the.
Yeah, you guys got a little bit different lingo out there in Hollywood.
Yeah, you
That's
can't hack it, gotta pack it. Yeah, Hollywood Marines. Yeah. So probably something like that, but yeah. What fucked me up last night was Dad did not have any clue about this experience I'd had when I was like 18 or 19 before I even went in the Marine Corps, and my dad should know about this shit. He was like dumbfounded, like he hadn't ever heard this shit before in his life, and I'm trying to tell him I'm not even fucking from this fucking place. But you know, I had quite a few beers, and I was just going off. Yeah. You know.
Well, if he's not awake and you was drinking, he's not going to pay any attention to that. You know.
No.
If he's not awake to all this stuff, I mean, you.
Oh man, he thinks you're going to turn into dirt, and that's it. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. And he's like, that's how it works. And I'm like, well, I don't believe in that fucking shit. I don't fucking turn into fucking dirt. There's something else. There's something fucking else here. Yeah, this fucking whatever the fuck you want to call me, you know, it will be in somebody's recall, but it's not me. We're you know, luminous beings. We're fucking light in light in the darkness. And you know, whatever we are, we're powerful, and this fucking place listens to us. And you tell this fucking place to fuck off, and it will fuck off. You just gotta stand your ground and don't believe in this fucking shit, you know. Patty's doing it right now. Fucking God dang. I mean, the shit Patty's been through over the last fucking few months, he's telling this fucking place you can fucking suck it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps trying to knock me out. But I tell you, it's really fucked my whole left side up, man. I'm all swelled up back here even.
It will, but it's okay. You know you're not that. Yeah. You know we're all of us here. Every fucking person here listening to this shit is not what we are. So fuck it. Fuck this fucking place. You know, the entire fucking existence here morphs and moves and reality changes. It's not real.
There you go, Joe.
It is. it's not real. It's as real can get. But what the fuck is real as real can get? It's it's God's matrix, and but wanting to kind of stay here. Why would we want to stay here, other than love?
Well, Leah, she said something there she hadn't streamed in a while too. Emotional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I know where you're coming from there today. That's what happened to me, man. After watching Awake and Activate today and thinking about that, and I went in town. That stuff was weighing so heavy on my heart and my mind and stuff, and saw what I did, and man, I had to get that off my chest, and I had that live stream sitting there, and it's emotional. When you start letting that pour out of you, it's emotional, man. And I'm not an emotional kind of person. What's that, brother?
The people riding carts. The people riding carts and stuff.
Yeah, just that whole mess, man. Yeah, dog man. Yeah, man, that's it. Like I said, it's heartbreaking to see people like that, man.
Oh no, it's the big bad wolf.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Wolf.
Jiminy
I can't breathe in that thing.
What? Hey, put that back on.
I was getting ready to say that scared. That scared me now. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, bro.
I thought I'd just ease it in, you know.
You got a nice set of hair there, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I combed it today. I don't think I combed it yesterday either.
I'm thin up there, man. I'm bald clear back.
You guys make for it. You make up for it on your face.
Yeah, that's probably where it went.
You look like a true Minnesotan. Yeah, there you
go. No, it's been a while since I seen you guys.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Yeah.
I haven't got to talk to you since I broke my computer.
I didn't even know that.
When did you get your computer back?
About a week ago, I think. Ended up costing me like almost $300 because I upset it and pinched the screen too hard. It didn't hit the ground, but when I grabbed it up here by the screen and I pinched it too hard and it broke the damn liquid crystal display. Well, and I called out there and I asked a guy how much it'd be to fix it, and he told me $135 to $150. Well, then when I went and picked it up, that's how much the screen was, and he charged me $275 to fix it.
Wow.
And I didn't say nothing, but I was standing there. I'm like, hell, when somebody called me to get their car fixed or get a gun built or something like that, I don't price them half of
it. Yeah, no shit.
Well, hell, that was having damn near $300. He got it done quick, and the guy doesn't give good work. So, I mean, I can't. I guess that's how much it costs to get your screen fixed. I don't know, man. $300. Shit, I'll put a transmission in for you for $300.
Yeah.
I'll go get it. You bring your
time
truck
I break a screen, I just kind of throw it away.
But I don't know. So what you been up to, Jake?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. Not a lot.
Brother,
I just wanted to pop in. It's been a while since I seen Pat, and I haven't seen Bolt Gun in a while, and I think I seen Sharky on a video, last week. That was about it.
You might have. I don't know. I don't keep track of my own videos.
Man, you look like a combination of Holly Hobbit and frickin' Gandalf, man.
Yeah, he does, huh?
It looked like he got a dead raccoon off a road and stuck it on his head.
That's pretty good hat, ain't it?
Is that Joe Dirt hairdo? I'll be right back. I gotta go take a piss. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man, that's a dragon head.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I forgot what it was. It was on clearance a couple of years ago for like $2 at the store, so I picked it up. It's like a wall night light.
Is it got lights in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Grimlock. Let me see that again. You stick it on your wall. It's like a... Yeah, that's Grimlock. I got that shit in my fucking bedroom, man. I hung that shit up. I don't remember all the gold. Fuck me, man. I've got that same damn thing. And what's fucked up about that situation is I was so high on fucking drugs and shit at the time. I don't even remember going up to the store. I don't remember fucking buying it. I remember being in the store, but it was up in Little Rock. And I'm like, how the fuck and what the fuck and where the hell was I at? And for real. Yeah.
I don't know what it's from, you know?
Yeah, that's some Transformer shit there from Michael Bay's fucking Transformer. Yeah, it was Grimlock. Yeah. I got that shit hanging up in my fucking room, you know? But yeah, you put some little batteries in it and lights. But it had, yeah. I got some. I had a fucking weird experience back before I, woke up into this fucking place before the entire thing of 3 months. But I was having fucking things like that happen, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was with my cousin, and I'm like, how the fuck did we end up here? You know? And it's the same way. You put me in his cars, and it didn't matter if it's his fucking 72 Challenger back in the day, and had a 440, but it was a bit of fucking, they called it Ghost. But I can drive things. I don't like mud. But I can drive through mud, and I really don't like mud because I just don't like getting out in the fucking mud and trying to push something. And then like, but we went over. I went over.
I'm fucking lost, brother. I'm sorry. Wait a minute now.
Sorry, brother.
Like coffee. That's what I got off it.
Coffee? No, mud. Mud. Going on deep mudding things I don't like, but I can drive through them. No problem. It's like some weird shit that I can do, but I don't understand how I can do it because I don't even want to do that shit. But you put me in a fucking car with a lot of horsepower, and my cousin had a fucking one of the old Challengers, and he had a newer Challenger, and I went over his house, and I've been drinking all this shit, and he's like up the road, and there's a big fucking curve and shit, and he's like, the wife had fucking like went and ate shit and left here that night, and it was around Christmas time, and I went over there talking to him, and he was drunk off his ass too on vodka and shit like me, and he's like, man, just get in that fucking car and go. And I'm like, no, don't put me in that fucking car. No, no, man, just get in there. You know what you're doing. Just fucking get in there. I want to see what it's going to do, and riding my fucking, Nissan van behind me. And I'm like, no. And I got that motherfucker, and I was fucking gone. But I drive with even in, you drive a standard with 2 feet, but I drive automatics with 2 feet. I was taught to drive automatics with 2 feet. You got your fucking, your gas and your motherfucking brake, right? And I was gone. And I was fucking gone, man. And I'm just like, he pulled in about fucking, 15, 20 seconds later, or whatever the fuck it was. I was drunk, but he pulled in. He couldn't see me, basically, and it's a wonder I didn't fucking like going around this corner up here. That's like a 35, 40 mile an hour corner, and I went around that sucker about 70.
You can do that when you're drunk.
Oh man, You can drive like a motherfucker, but that's not something you learn. That's something I've known, I guess, when I get to think about it. It's something I've had to know since another lifetime. Because it's not something you go out and practice. Because I don't practice that shit. I don't like going over 100 mile an hour. I don't even like going 95 mile an hour, But it's a weird thing. It's just one of those weird fucking things that some people you're able to do, but you don't understand how you can do it. You know what that I can accumulate that to is a past life experience. It just flows through you when you're in a state of mind.
We did the same thing here today, Cammy. It was nice, and we was out and well, what I did was fought the rototiller all day. That ain't called rototilling. That's a damn battle, I consider, but trying to get the garden tilled up. And I was messing with the plow on my old garden tractor, trying to get it. That's something there it's hard to do is plowing. Somebody never done it, getting that set up right. So when that tractor falls in the fur, it leans over like that, and the plow's got to be level and at the right depth and at the right spacing. So when the wheel's in it, the fur's right. And I got so aggravated at that thing. That's when I started that live stream. Had all that stuff on my mind, and them people in there at that daggone Walmart and standing in the aisles and shit with their head shoved up their ass and 350, 400 pounds on an electric scooter and shit. And I got so aggravated at that rototiller and the daggone hitting roots with that plow and shit, and the tractor's messed up. And I couldn't get my head into that mechanical stuff because I was thinking about that. Well, I'll go sit down and have a live stream. Then I got all pissed off on there, talking about beating people with a ball bat, and got upset and started crying and was upset and shit. I mean, that daggone, this ain't a hell of a mess now. Like, gee, man, crisp. Oh, I mean, that.
Well, we've got a few new people in here. Annie just joined us, and Dearest Dawn just joined. So welcome, girls. Welcome, girls. And somebody was asking, "Where's Joe Dirt?" We can't see him.
They can't see.
I can't see either.
And Annie says, "I just got here. What's with all the dirty talk?" I don't know. I was out of the room. I don't know what dirty talk you're talking about.
Who's talking to her? Oh, she mean cussing or somebody saying something nasty?
Borgun was just saying, watch at your own peril.
Yeah, Sharky's been an MFing and an effer and.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the Marine.
I think everybody knows. I think everybody knows this is R-rated. Yeah. Especially after you get two or three beers in Sharky and get him wound up.
I just talk the way I talk, but the Marine Corps comes out in me, and it was like legitimate lingo. I don't see words as being cuss words.
I'd think you'd had a freaking heart attack in the Marine Corps if you don't like mud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was in the band. I played saxophone. I was in the fucking band. I played that saxophone, and I tried out for the Marine Corps band, and that drill instructor was the band instructor, the drill instructor, whatever. That guy was like played the fucking some kind of crazy shit, like I don't know, whatever, fucking the E flat and the A flat and the fucking the G minor fucking scale, this fucking bullshit. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you know what happened? I played in high school, and I was in jazz band, and I played that fucking saxophone, and I was number one, right? But you're talking a small school. You're talking like by the time 11th grade happens, the 10th, 11th, and 12th, we had another school that come in from Redfield, and so you had a bunch of people you didn't know. But I sat in that first chair spot, and from basically the entire time I've been in band. First or second chair. And then they teach you how to play these instruments. And then I go to college and I'm playing this instrument. And then I realized in college, they told me I'd been playing that motherfucker the wrong way the entire fucking time. I've been playing that fucking saxophone with my breath. And you're supposed to, when they say tongue things, I thought they were talking about breath. So, but you're actually supposed to take your tongue and touch it to the fucking reed. Well, hell, I try to touch my fucking tongue to the reed, and it just fucking tickles the fucking fuck out of me. And I'm, but I was good at my breath and I had a very good lungs, you know, and I was able to manipulate the same thing, but with my lungs, basically. And I had one thing, somebody wrote on there when I went to one of these things in high school, and it was like, I was nervous, and it was like, that he played the entire thing in 3 breaths. And it was a very fucking long thing. And he's like, he played the entire fucking thing in 3 breaths, you know, and it was like, put some big fucking smiley faces and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And then I realized, you know, later, I was totally, everything I'd learned about playing the saxophone was wrong, because I can't even manipulate the mouthpiece the way you're supposed to. I always thought it was my fingers. You know, I couldn't, my fingers were slower than what they should be when trying to like do Kenny G shit or some shit like that, you know. But no, I was doing the entire fucking thing wrong. Now, is that a shift? Is that a reality shift? Did I die? I mean, was that something that was in one spot and I learned it that way, and then here it's not like that way? You're supposed to actually touch your tongue to the reed? I mean, I don't know, but it's some fucked up weird shit that I do wonder about.
Hey, Chappelle, you said you got to get salt. You got one of them new electrolysis things that takes salt and cracks it into sodium and chlorine to chlorinate the water. Is that what you're talking about? Because there's somebody down the road here, they was talking about that. Instead of putting chlorine tablets in their pool, they take, they just use salt water. They put salt in there, and then there's this thing that they put down there, electric hooks up to, and it uses electrolysis, and it cracks that sodium chloride into sodium and chloride, which is the chlorine. Okay, that's what I wondered when you said you had to get salt, if that's what it was. I just heard about that. That's kind of funny that you put that in there. Yeah, that's what he said. It's a saltwater pool and hot tub. Of course, the hot tub's part of the pool, and I guess it heats the pool somehow. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Don't have to use that or handle
Do you
that.
float easier?
What, brother?
So do you float easier?
No, there ain't that much salt. I don't even know if there's enough salt in there you can taste it or anything. There's just enough until they can crack it like that and make your own chlorine. And it's not it's chloride. So yeah, like you're saying, it's better for you. That chemical. I know when I go in a swimming pool, my eyes and right here on my cheeks get bright red, and my skin feels real tight and stuff. I don't like swimming in pools. It's got, especially if there's too much chlorine in it. I'd rather go down here. Oh, it's got enough salt in there.
I've swam in a pool since I was about 8 years old. Maybe
we had a pool when I was a kid, but I'd rather go swimming in the creek or like down here in the river, or go swimming in a pond or the lake or something is what I'd rather do. I like that water a lot better.
I don't like water at all. That's just me though. You know, I really don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll walk out to about my waist or something. That's about it. I really don't like bodies of water. And
brother,
it's weird. I could be on the water, but I don't like to swim.
I'll tell you something that creeped me out, man. We got off a ship out in the ocean. It was in the military, and I didn't think too much about it. I jumped off that ladder and out away from that ship, and swam out. And there was something in me that wouldn't let me get up close to that ship in that water, because I've seen them things in dry dock, and they got these great big holes that they suck water in for desalination and cooling, and them's right there, man. And I couldn't see, and there was something about that big old ship being that water and being down in that water and trying to get back up to that thing, and my chest is getting, I was having a damn panic attack, man. I wasn't worried about sharks or nothing, but I couldn't stand being next to that big old ship and thinking about getting sucked in. Damn, that just gives me the willies, buddy. Whoo, getting sucked in one of them damn pipes on that ship or some shit.
Yeah. No, the couple times that I've almost lost my life was due to large bodies of water and creeks. And no, so I think maybe I'm afraid of it or something. I don't know. But ever since I can remember, I just stay the hell away from the water anymore.
Yeah, I had a drowning experience when I was real little. And as a matter of fact, right here where I live now, on this property I bought, It ain't 2 miles from here where it happened. Right down here at a place called Cora Mill. It used to be a real big swimming hole down here. There's a mill there and you could slide down. And I can remember when I was real little, before I could swim, my family went across and I was standing over there and I had something in my hands and I started across. And whatever I had in my hands, I was trying to hold it down in front of me, and it had enough flotation on it, got enough of my weight off my feet until the current knocked my feet up underneath of me. And the next thing I know, I remember waking up, laying flat on my back on some bleachers or something there. You know, I can't remember. I was real little, but I must have got down in the water and, you know, been underwater long enough until I blacked out. But I don't have a fear like that of water. It was just a getting up against that ship. And I imagine it'd be the same thing getting around like a wall on a dam or something. I wouldn't like being in the water like that, you know, next to that wall.
I'll be in a little tiny boat by the dam. I mean, where you should not be whatsoever. I don't have that type of fear. But,
yeah, I do. I don't like it.
No, I remember the first time I ever was told to swim. You know, I was about 3 years old. I don't recall. But, yeah, I was thrown in the middle of the lake, and I pretty much sunk straight down. Another time, I went to the Monterey Beach in California, and the undertow took me out.
Hey, that's some serious.
That one I remember. That was a fight for my life. And then another time,
kills a lot of people down on the beach, man. They don't know that.
Which river was it? River in California. The damn river sucked me out, man. And I ended up about 1.5 miles, and my aunt swam and got me. So, no, I prefer not to be in the water without a boat.
Man, when you got in trouble, you didn't mess around.
Well, no. Yeah. But, you know, so many years ago. But I think it still affects me because, yeah, I'll go to the beach with a bunch of buddies or something, but I'll sit on the shore and drink a few beers, and I won't even go in the freaking water, man.
Yeah.
Land of 10,000 lakes, and I'll look at them or I'll get on a boat, but I won't walk in them.
Boy, there is a bunch of lakes there. There's a guy saying that some of them lakes is giants' footprints. You see the toes and everything. Yeah. The Titans is what he's claiming. A lot of them.
Nothing would surprise me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I don't pretend to know, but yeah. No, I've spent my entire life on a lake right here. I clean it every other day, right? I spend 2-3 hours, clean the whole lake shore. I've done that my entire life. I never went swimming in that lake.
Huh.
You know, that's ironic, right? I'll have all my cousins, they'll come over, they go swimming. None of them touch the damn thing. They don't work on it, but I'll work on it. And I've never went swimming in the lake in my entire life.
Huh.
That's screwed up. I think it's a mental defect.
Wow. I don't know. Some people don't like flying.
I put the dock out every damn year. I bring the dock in every year. That's the most I get in the water, and I get pissed off if I have to take off my clothes down to my fucking skivvies or naked just to pick my wrench up somewhere out there because I don't even bring shorts, you know? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year I gave him a peep show. I stripped down to absolutely nothing because I didn't want to get nothing wet because it was all the clothes I had. And yeah, I walked in there buck-ass naked to pick my wrench up, you know?
You know, I really don't know why people make such a big deal about that because...
Neither do I, you know?
Brother, I can sit here and describe to you exactly what you've got and what it looks like and where it's at. And I can Patrick and any girl that's in chat and anybody else here, because we got 2 different things down here. And I'll tell you what, people are going to have to quit cutting, you know, getting all excited and wound up or whatever in the hell it is over that, man. Because that's the way you are, you know, and we're all alike. That's something that's always amazed me, especially after you go through the military. They take that. I'll tell you what, man, anybody that's bashful or ashamed of being nude or something, and they see that you've got a problem with it, they'll take that out of you down there and you realize it's old. That's all this bullshit, man. That stuff that gets put in your head when you're a kid.
Oh, my son's hit that age the last couple of years. You know, he gets a little bit modest, I guess would be the word, right? You know, so you see it. You see an innocent, and then you see him change, and they're like, ooh, you know, it's like, I remember having to look at him one time going, you know, don't commit that to your sin, you know, and just don't worry about things. Just go live your life. Don't focus on what you're thinking right now, you know, because it was a modesty thing. It was like, wow.
Okay, I got cut in there, Joe Dirt, here for a second. I want to thank the chat because they obviously can see I'm in a lot of pain right now. Yes, a group prayer would be awesome. I'm getting a little worried because I'm starting to feel a lot of neck stiffness. I don't know. I have to do research and see if that has anything, what that has to do. See, these doctors don't fucking tell you jack shit. What to look for, you know, serious signs. You know how you used to get a piece of paper when you leave that says, you know, if you see this, this, or this, you know, contact us.
Would you get an impact of some sort? What happened? I didn't want to say nothing, but what happened?
I got the shingles on my face.
Oh, okay.
You want me to tell you something that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I can tell you something?
What?
What? Let me tell you something that I don't know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, but I can tell you something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, fuck this fucking shit, right? Don't accept it. Say, fuck it. It's going away. Now, if you got to write that motherfucking fucking shit on a fucking piece of paper, and you get your fucking candle, and you fucking write that shit on a fucking piece of paper and burn that shit, you're done with it. It's fucking gonna go away. You don't accept it. Fuck it. You just fucking, you know, it's a forgiveness. It's a fucking get the fuck out of me, whatever the fuck. Believe in don't fucking believe in a lot of shit.
Hey, Shirk, you gotta watch it. Wait a minute, you gotta watch that writing shit down and burning it, brother.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You find that's border, that's in that square.
It's in the fucking square. I do believe it's in the fucking square.
That candy cane, and you write down and your intent, and you watch burning what you write down.
It's your intent, but your intent is also, for me, like, and I don't do it, you know, but I've watched stuff on it a little bit before. But I just, in myself, I tell the shit to go the fuck away. I don't accept you. Get the fuck out of my fucking system.
Is it like some people think it's like Buddhism or something like that?
Probably something like a Buddhism or something. It's just an intent as far as I'm concerned. Well, but you can do the same thing if you're strongly in your head. You say, get the fuck out of me.
What were you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that God doesn't work that way. That's not instruction from Christ, and it's not instruction from the Holy Spirit. So it's from a spirit, and that means it's from a divining spirit.
Right.
And that's just the way that that's the way I've been taught to look at things, and that's never been anything.
I have to agree with you. I do turn everything over to Christ.
Yeah, I mean when you start learning the reason why a letter is 8.5 by 11, and the reason why an envelope's the shape that it is, and the squares and the ways it's folded and stuff like that, you start learning how we've lost what we've got, how we've lost our godliness, and are writing things down and passing them around the way we do. And see, none of us know what this stuff means.
No,
and we don't. And right now, like Sharky said, he said, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, brother, one thing you want to do is care. Just at least care about what you're doing. And like you did just now mention it. And then, you know, somebody that knows better. And there's some people here in chat. And I've researched this esoteric stuff pretty good, and the symbolism and stuff. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I'll tell you something that I won't do. And that is I won't write nothing down and burn it. Because that is, I can't tell you right along what it is, and the divining spirit. That divining spirit's got a name, It's got a symbol. All right. And everything's sent to it through fire. And writing it down, you write that on a piece of triangular paper. It's got 3 borders around it and stuff. That's different. But just the way a piece of paper is, it's square. And I remember us studying about the toroidal vortex, the candy cane, what the sun, the moon are focal points out of this, how things really work. We kind of live in an electric motor, and there's 4 angels, Ezekiel's wheels, that are in charge of this stuff, and how the mechanism of this, the wind, the movement of the stars and the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
And
sorry about that. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, what I was trying to say is I don't do that stuff, but if you need something to look at other than just telling the shit to get the fuck out of you, that might help. But I don't know what the fuck it is, and I look at the fucking weather, and I'm like, I don't watch the weather, and all of a sudden somebody tells me you're gonna have this fucking shit, and I'm like, not in my fucking bubble. Hell no. And the fucking weather doesn't things will happen around me, but they don't happen to me. Now I've been through shit that happens to me with the weather, but it's like I don't accept, and so fuck it. If I don't fucking get it, and I don't accept it, and it's some fucking bad shit going on, I'm like, get the fuck out. It's just like, I don't agree and I don't concur, and so y'all can suck it. Whatever the fuck is going on, to whatever the fucking little fucking beings are out there that try to nibble on our fucking essence and shit like that and make shit fucking weird.
Damn carpet people.
Fuck them. Fuck them, and so, but if you have to have something that would make you feel better, maybe that's what should help you make, you could kind of, but I don't do that, I don't do that. It's something I saw, and I'm saying I don't know what the fuck it is exactly. I don't research that kind of shit, but it is something that does make some people feel better if they do it in a certain way. But everything here to me is God, and God doesn't have to understand the way when I pray, I'm like, I know I don't know everything, and I'm not supposed to know everything, but what I would like to ask is this. And I don't ever really pray for myself. I don't fucking pray for money. I fuck the fucking money and all that shit. Fucking all this shit. I don't pray, but when I do pray, a lot of times I'll go outside and be looking up at the sky, or I will just be shut down everything and just try to pray in that way. But some of these people that do the church and stuff like that, they pray for the most retardedest things in the world. And I'm like,
I'll tell you something else.
I don't want to break God's concentration by
you're not going to break his concentration, brother.
Wait a minute. Can you get me $100 because I need a new pair of Nikes or some fucking stupid ass fucking shit? That's retarded.
There's something that I say quite a bit, and I'll say it this way. Little old me, a whole bunch of rocks up in the head. And I think I know the answer to the question man has asked for all of eternity. What is the meaning of life? I think I know that answer, and it's so simple. And no one has to agree with me. But the meaning of life is simply to give glory to God. That's it. That's all there is. And that came to me a couple years ago, but I think I know the meaning of life. And that's what it is.
Brother, that's exactly what me and Algorithm was talking about earlier. When you set in, when your heart finally gets true, I was saying that I found God through mechanical things. And the reason why is because I was told things all my life about how things work and how this was to be expected. And, when you're working on a boat, you got to be a boat tech and you got to be ASE certified car. And that's bullshit, man. Mechanical things all work the same way. And the way you see that, and once you understand that and get that shit out of your head, then you can see this for what it is. And you can float. You're like an artist in it then. It's like putty in your hands. And the reason why that happens is because you seek out the truth. What is actually true here? Because what's happening and what I'm doing and what I'm seeing ain't the same thing that they've taught me. And if you care enough not just to do what they taught you and get a paycheck, or you seek out the ultimate truth, that leads to God. I don't care if you're playing an instrument and they've told you like Sharky and he's playing and not touching the reed and he's using his breath and all this, and you find out, you're like, well, that's one thing I found it wasn't right. And I'm going to seek out the truth. And you find that fella later on and go, hey, what'd you find out? And you see he's going to find the truth out about playing that sax. Like, brother, I found God. That was the truth. And that's in everything. And I think you're right, Joe. I think that what we're to do is to wake up down here and realize that everything we know, feel, and understand.
People are lost from lack of knowledge.
It's all the glory of God, right? That's how they're pulling off what they're doing right now. Is they got 95% of the population so stupid they don't know where their food, water, and their life comes from. They don't know of God. They don't understand it. Man protects them. Man provides for them. Man taketh away and man giveth.
Yeah. Yeah, we're cursed.
Yeah, we're vile. We have evil. We have eternally evil thoughts and desires and wishes.
Oh, I wrestle with that every single day. That's one of the things that I pray for continuously.
That's one thing.
So when I do ask for God the one thing, it is literally just to strengthen me to give glory to you today.
Yeah.
And I cannot stop the wicked, evil thoughts.
I pray about
it. I can't even say, well, they're not that bad, because it doesn't matter. They're all bad no matter what. I don't care if you stole a candy bar or killed the neighbor. It's the same thing to him almost. There's no difference.
Right. That's one of the big things I struggled with, man, is undressing a woman, man. You see a good looking woman walking by and in a tight outfit or something. And I had the ability, just like I was talking about looking inside them gearboxes, I'd take that girl's clothes off of her and watch her walk down through. And I'm sitting there doing that in my mind. And, after I woke up, there was a part of me, I'm married. And I got a daughter, and I got, my sons is married, and I got daughters-in-law, and I got granddaughters and stuff. Well, I didn't back in, but when I woke up and I'm sitting there, and what Sharky was talking about, writing it down on a piece of paper instead of doing that, when I'm up there on top of that hill in the morning talking to God, I'm frank with him. I'm just, when I talk, I say, I'm sitting there and I'm watching that girl's ass, and I'm not supposed to be doing that. I feel bad about it. I need some help with that. I don't want to be undressed, and I don't want to do that no more. And that's how I do it. That's how. Go ahead, Sharky.
This is something I don't like to talk about, but it's something that I had to do. I was my Meemaw's caregiver, right? So my mother passed away here in the house. Divorce happened. Trying to put it simply, basically, but a divorce happened. I got custody of my son. Got retired from the job I was in. I was already medically retired from the fucking Marine Corps, and then it's like. But as that was happening, before I got totally released, my mother passed away here. And she was here and helping get my son on and off the bus and that kind of thing, because he was a little one, right? Still a little one, like 4, 5, whatnot. And then Mom passed away. Meemaw was here, because her husband had got put in the daughters and stuff. So he got put in 3 different nursing homes and stuff like that. So Meemaw couldn't take care of herself. And I brought her here, and she's perfectly fine. And then things happen in, a few years. And then Meemaw got the same thing, got dementia. went back to the extremely baby stages and the things I had to do as a caregiver, which I'm not. You know, it's a bit different when it's your grandma or if it was your mother. And that's the best way I could put it. If it was my mother, I could see, but this is my mother's mother. And so in those sorts of ways, the things that I had to do and help out in ways just with going to the bathroom and laying her down on a blanket and everything. And this is a woman that took care of us. You know, she fed us. She had the garden. She had all the knowledge. And I didn't want her to go into a nursing home. And so I chose to take care of her the best I could. And I'm not saying I was the greatest at it, because Lord knows your tempers and things, and you're dealing over a few years. And so sometimes you yell, sometimes you don't. Sometimes, you know, you feel like, and I was still on the drugs and shit with the VA in my back and shit, give me problems. And, but I did the best I fucking could. And, you know, she passed away here. She was very peaceful when she passed. She got to see her dad and some other people before she passed. I went in there and she was telling me she'd, you know, she's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, me mom, and she's like, yeah, I've been talking to my dad, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay, well, what did he say? Kind of thing. But, man, some of the physical aspects of having to go through that shit and having to do things, I'm losing my point. I've lost my point, man. I'm sorry.
Well, can I ask Patrick a question? Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
Did it affect your vision?
Kind of right now, yeah.
It did, yeah. Wavy or blurry or?
Hopefully it'll clear up, but like,
well, I have no doubt of that. It just sucks. But is it wavy?
No, just cloudy.
You look very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you starting to look like me walking around.
Yeah. So, were you ever in a car accident or anything like that, Joe?
No.
Oh, I was just wondering because you were asking how, you know, my eyes are. Just wondering if you had any experience with, you know, traumas to the face.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad joke. More than 100 fights. I've had plenty of trauma. But it never hurt, you know, so I don't know. I can't describe that one. I don't really feel that much pain ever. You know, I walk around in perpetual pain and I don't notice some.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I don't have sympathy for others that have pain, which honestly, sometimes I don't very well. But, you know, I crack jokes in order to deal with that shit. So forgive me.
Yeah.
You
know. Oh no. I can be comical too. Hey, it's Fat Albert. Remember that?
Yeah. Very vaguely.
Beep. Roadrunner. Beep, beep.
Welcome back, Carter.
What's the thing?
Welcome back. It's Cotter, not Carter. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it Cotter? Welcome back,
Welcome
Carter.
back, Tyler.
Yeah, it was Carter, wasn't it?
I thought it was Carter.
I think if it was Cotter, I'd have probably said Cooter.
Welcome back, Carter.
Or it's one of them Mandelas. Who knows?
Welcome back, Connor. What?
No. C-O-T-T-E-R. Cotter. Welcome back, C-O-T-T-E-R. That's what I remember. Cotter. Not Carter.
No, I agree with your Stone. Cotter. K-O-T-T-E-R. Welcome back, Cotter.
That's what I thought.
K-O-T-T-E-R.
Yeah, it's a K.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a K,
No
but
way.
it was
Really?
O-T-T-E-R. I thought it was C-O-T-T-E-R, but
Because John Travolta.
it wasn't Carter, like C-A-R-T-E-R. I know damn sure it wasn't Carter. For myself.
What is it now?
What the fuck is it now? I mean, looking back.
Oh man, I opened that can of worms, huh?
Good job, Joe.
Worst part is, I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. I might have seen that once in my life. I have no idea. But,
Brilliant. It's I love it. Love it.
Yeah, I was watching what was it? Season 3, episode 24 of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Robert. Was it Robert?
Robert.
Yeah,
Big
Robert
guy.
had to get out of dancing with Deborah. And the excuse he gave her was he was the only one tall enough because he had to go save a boy that fell in a well.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He didn't say Timmy, but you figure it out, right? I mean, he had to
Yeah.
go save a boy that fell in the well. Hey, I just caught it, so I thought I'd tell you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think the episode was called Deborah Goes Dancing or something. I don't know.
Lassie.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Someone-
missed old westerns. I love them all the old westerns.
I can't remember what I was going to finish. I can't even remember if anybody remembers what the hell that was.
What you were talking about 4 minutes ago?
Yeah, man, I can't remember, brother.
Welcome back,
I
Carter.
don't remember what you were
No,
talking
man, it was
about.
before that. What was that I was talking about, man?
I don't know.
Dang.
Well, you're talking about testing spirits. You're talking about welcome back, Carter.
Praying
You're
about it.
talking
I can't remember.
about praying to God up on your mountain. You're talking about a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, I can't remember what I had a point I was working up to, and I can't remember what the heck it was.
That's why you always get to the point first.
You'll remember.
Hey, Bo Gunn.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
I was always real super allergic. I told Patty this the other night, but I was always really, well, I still am allergic to bee stings. I saw some really weird shit over the last in 20 years or whatnot, but bee stings. But one of the things that, or poison ivy. Poison ivy. So it's the poison ivy route. And poison ivy, I was always real allergic to. Poison ivy, poison oak, all that shit. Right? And I would just bubble up. And then I found it was like use fingernail polish remover. It was just acetone. And you just you know, it costs $1. You'd fucking dip it on a fucking cotton swab and just rub your arms with it. Now we get it so bad, I'd be rubbing both arms, and I'm thinking, man, am I getting too much of this chemical in my fucking system? But it would fucking cure the shit. It would take away the bubbles. It would go into the bubbles because it, you know, you put acetone.
Wait a minute, brother. Now wait a minute. The way I understand that acetone to work. Now I've heard people tell me this before. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm a country boy. Now I'm gonna tell you what: poison ivy and poison oak and poison sumac has got an oil on the outside of it. The oil on the outside of the poison ivy is called Urushiol oil. Now, the reason why country people tell you to take acetone, gasoline, rubbing alcohol, something like that, so it'll cut that oil. As soon as you get out of the woods, you take that acetone or alcohol or gasoline or something, you put that on a rag and you wash yourself down with it, okay?
Yeah.
That cuts that oil and removes it off of you. Now, you got to do it. You can't do it one time. You got to use a rag and go over yourself, and then you got to get a fresh rag with fresh stuff on. But the best thing to use is soap and water, okay? Dawn dishwashing liquid, and get that oil off of you. Once that oil is on you long enough until you get a rash, okay, you're dealing with a skin irritation. The only thing then that is going to get you to heal up, that's going to heal that up, is to get like a steroid cream or something like fluocyanide or something like that. And you put that on there, and that promotes the healing. But once you get that rash, you put acetone or something on that, and all you're doing is hurting yourself, man, because the damage is already done, brother.
It cured me real quick, though. That's the thing. I would put it on there, and it would dry the shit out, and you would have some flaky skin, but it was gone. It fucking got. But I don't know where the fuck I'm at anymore. So that's some shit that used to work for me. It might not work that way. I haven't, been in poison ivy or nothing, but it did used to work for me, and it, it was just that simple. But I don't know what's going on here. So with these bodies we're in,
I gotta say something because I almost busted out laughing. But the second you mentioned poison ivy, it brought back a very old memory. And me and a buddy and our old ladies, we all went camping for the weekend. And me and my buddy drinking beers, sitting on the beach, right? And they had to go to the bathroom. And it was like, just go right over there. There's a nice patch right over there. And we knew exactly where we were sending them, man.
No,
we didn't bring no toilet paper, nothing. I'm like, just grab some leaves, you'll be fine.
Oh my God, Joe.
I laughed for 2 weeks solid, man. And I'm not sure, but I still don't feel guilty, but I laughed for 2 weeks solid.
Well, they learned. They learned
real quick. They figured it out real fast.
Oh man, I don't know what to think about that, man.
I still laughing. It's been 20 years and I'm still laughing.
What happened with my son? I was cooking something, and my son was helping me cook something, and I was so proud because he got his fingers burnt, and I was just like, I don't remember what it was. It was something that it was something that's a common mistake. And it was cornbread. And so, you bring the cornbread out and you put it on the thing and you got your gloves on or something like that. Something like cornbread. But then you take the gloves off and then you're like, well, I gotta, take the toothpick or put it in there and see. But then you're like, well, the cornbread skillet's this way, so you gotta move it. So you forget to put the gloves on, so you just grab a hold of that motherfucker. It's like, which is just like, you've got to learn that kind of shit. You've got to learn to be burnt. You've got to remember the steps. It's the fucking still hot. So I was a very proud daddy at the point.
Water on top of my head one time, man.
Huh?
So I poured a big old pot of boiling water on top of my head one time. I shaved my head off for many, many, many years. I was complete bald, right?
Yeah.
And I had a curtain in my bathroom, right? For the door, I had a blanket there. So when you walk under, my head kind of grabbed the fabric. And what I was doing is boiling water for a bath for the kids, right? Yeah, that was a thing, man. People don't always have hot water, dude. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Water. And I had that pot of water. It was like this. And I went underneath that thing and it just dumped all over my fracking head, man. That hurt.
Man, I couldn't imagine how bad that hurt.
It did. I can't lie.
You might have been bald unless you did that, and you're not bald like me and Bogun. So maybe we should have done that same damn thing too.
Well, I don't recommend
I'm just joking. Maybe we need to do something right on the top. But maybe we should open them pores up a little bit more. We didn't do something right. That'd go good.
I should probably announce every once in a while for people that don't know that I got the shingles on my face, and it fucked my eye up, fucked my whole side of this face up. Directly down. That's so weird how it just goes right, exactly half of my head, and it just stayed on this whole side. So
when I got them damn things, I got them on the bottoms of my feet.
Shingles?
Oh,
I had to. Tapioca pudding. How it's got them clear beads in it.
Yeah.
I look the bottoms of my feet, all over the bottoms of my feet look like I had them clear beads all over the bottoms of my feet. Man, I'd never seen anything look like that in my life.
Man.
And I was at work and they put me in, I was in maintenance and they put me in the office. I had a pair of tennis shoes on. And I'm telling you, that's something to drive you nuts, man, having shingles on the bottom of your feet. Now that was but I think I'd rather have that than have it in my eye, Patrick. I feel for you, brother. That's gotta be trying to sleep and take a shower and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, because that's like the whole fucking scalp. I took a shower yesterday and I been using Head and Shoulders, and it seems to be working. It actually seems to dry out enough of the blisters that pop.
Zinc will dry anything out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it worked pretty good.
Yeah, man, the old natural stuff it works a lot better. That's like we was talking about that yellow root. Man, there ain't nothing that kicks a sore throat and them eustachian tubes and stuff any quicker than that. And it's like chewing on a daggone piece of gravel out of the driveway or something. And it's just bitter and nasty tasting. But in 2 hours, it's taken care of. Yeah, man. Hey, that's something. She's talking about that Selsun Blue. And there's a coal tar shampoo that you use for irritations like that. And it's kind of like a Selsun Blue. I remember it kind of smells like, they call it coal tar shampoo. And man, that might give you some relief.
Something I just thought about.
Brenda Mitchell.
Okay, which you said something and it made me think about something I've never done before, but it's supposed to pull toxins out of your feet. But like if you go to the store and just buy an onion and then you slice it, then you put the onion in your sock, and then when you go to sleep at night, you put your feet in the sock with the sliced onion, and the onion will pull the toxins out of your body through your feet while you sleep. And then you wake up and the onion is supposed to be like kind of crappy looking. And then so you just discard it and wash your socks, and you can do that a few times. But it was supposed to pull the slices of the onion if you put it in your fucking sock, so it's round, I guess, and then you slice it sideways or whatever. Put fucking slice it in fucking half, man. I don't know.
That's the reason why some people's feet smell like freaking onions. Probably they believe that. I don't know. I'll tell you. I don't know.
I mean, it was just something that popped in my head that.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Couldn't really hurt it. I guess hurt anything be a bit weird, but I ain't never done it. But
they advertise them sheets on TV, that you can put under your feet, and they show all that shit coming out. But I think I studied that, and I did it when I quit taking all that medicine and stuff that VA was giving me. I did a liver cleanse where you drink a big old bunch of Epsom salts and. You drink like a quart of extra virgin olive oil, and I'll tell you what, you will not believe what comes out of you, man. And after that, it made me sick, purging that stuff out of my system. But after that, man, I lost a bunch of weight. I quit hurting. I got so I could run again. I was thinking clear. My ears quit ringing all the time. I got so I like drinking pop and stuff like that. It just tasted like pancake syrup to me, trying to drink a Pepsi or something like that.
Yeah.
I realized that was a system cleanse. And then I continued doing it through drinking reverse osmosis water or distilled water. They're both pure water. If you get a good RO filter, you can get 0 ppm water. And that helps keep you clean. Brother, right there, colloidal silver. My dad builds them generators. It takes a 9-volt battery that goes in it, and then there's 2 pure silver rods, and you put just a little bit of salt water, a little bit of salt and some water, and them rods go down in there, and one of them's an anode and the other one's a cathode, and it makes that colloidal silver, and you can drink that. And I use that Miracle Mineral supplement, and I medicate myself with cannabis. And got rid of all that pain medication, Tylenol, and everything. And to cleanse your system, I don't think you're going to do it through the bottom of your feet. I think
it's just a thing.
You have to change your diet. You have to exercise. You have to quit taking the toxins in. And I think you need to do a physical cleanse, which is, with the olive oil, the Epsom salt, so it passes through you. And you got to do a spiritual cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get straightened out spiritually.
Do you remember anybody that you knew sucking in the older generations, like your dad's age and stuff like that, and they would put silver coins in their mouth and suck on them?
They used to put them in their shoes. They'd put in
their shoes. Okay, I remember they put it in their mouth.
They put a penny in one foot, and they'd take a silver dollar or something and put it in the other shoe. And your foot would wear on it, and you sweat, and electrolysis and stuff like that. And there's truth in that. They keeps joints from hurting.
Yeah,
the old timers did that. Coal miners, you can look at back, you'll see that they had silver and copper and zinc. They'd cut pieces of that out and put it in their shoes. They'd get copper gutter and cut a piece out to fit in the bottom of their shoe to keep her back from hurting.
Yeah, there's some weird shit. These people that in my family, which is not my family, but my family's friends, which are family, from the older groups, and I worked around them. I was lucky enough to work around them and doing the stupidest jobs where I was working at, but they were really retarded jobs. It was just like this whole fucking thing is just a fucking, but you're getting paid good money. And so it's like, this fucking place is stupid. But then, and in turn, then you learn stuff. They start telling you things about when they were younger, with, run around with your daddy and shit like that. And, crap like the stupidest things like, well, I ain't going to get into that. But some of the things I've watched were like phenomenal, and I'm like, I'm allergic to bees, right? Especially red wasps are fucking pissed. They're red because they're fucking mad, and they will fuck you up. And if you're allergic, and then like one of the Reeds line of the family, basically, well, it's not family, but they're cousins. but not cousins, but they're just friends. But so, you know, he's like, yeah, you know, so and so grandpa, you know, would go fishing, and what he would do is he would take his, and he would lick his palm, put it under his arm like that, and reach up there on a live wasp nest, the bigger the better, and pluck the nest down. And the stank off of his underarm would keep the wasp from fucking like popping him. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then he would take the little babies out of the nest and go fishing all day and catch a bunch of fish, brim or whatever. You know, he would pluck the little wasp out of the thing.
The pupa larva.
Yeah. And he would throw them out there with a little hook, and he would catch fish to feed the family. And then I saw another guy come up, and he was like, and it was in the middle of summer, and I'm in the middle of a fucking cage inside of a fucking big building that has fucking several buildings, and it's like it's your great big fucking crazy shit. And then, so there was a red wasp that was on my fucking cage at the tool room, and he's like, I want to show you something. And he's like, you take this fucking hand, and you squeeze that motherfucker as tight as you can till them knuckles get white. And once them knuckles are white, and he's like, watch this shit. And he reached up there and he grabbed this red wasp by the wings, right? And he still got this fucking fist tight. And he's holding that motherfucker, and you can see it. He's like, look at this thing. And it's like it's throwing the stinger out to pop him on the thumb. And he said, as long as I got this fucking fist tight like this with the white knuckles, this thing cannot hurt me. And it was touching his skin. It was, you can see the finger just coming out because he's got it by the wings. And he said, if I let this fucking hand go, this wasp will penetrate my skin and pop me. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with that shit? Is that blood pressure? Is that some weird voodoo shit? I don't know what the fuck, but the goddamn sure did. And, you know, and he let it, he put it back up on the cage, and it walked around, and he let his fucking fingers go, his fist go. But he literally grabbed a red wasp like it was nothing. And you could see that stinger doing this, touching his thumb. Bink, 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 bink. And he's like, yeah, if you let that go, it's going to get. Now, what kind of knowledge is that? That's not normal shit you will learn in any place.
Man, old country boy know that. I mean, I've never heard that about tightening your fist up, but catching one of them wasps and using them for bait, them pupa. I mean, I've heard that about getting them wasp nests, but they always spray them with something. But hey, here in the chat, I wasn't saying that home remedies weren't effective. I 100% believe in them. I'm talking about trying to cleanse your body through the bottom of your feet. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm sure there's some that onions. I know that onions do cleanse you, even eating them and stuff like that. That they're used that way, and they're it's one of the main ingredients in most poultices and stuff that these Native Americans still use, and the Amish around here and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't saying that. What I was saying that if you're starting out cleansing your body, that I think that the Epsom salt is to flush you. The mineral, or not the mineral oil, daggone it. Did I say mineral oil a while ago? If I did, it's olive oil. It's like triple extra virgin olive oil, and you drink a bunch of it. I didn't even know you could do that without hurting you. But what it does, your liver just purges itself trying to get rid of that, to expel enough enzymes to digest those oils, to break down them fatty acids in that oil. And that's why then your liver has got stuff that looks like gravel in it, and these big chunks of green, it looks like green chewed up bubble gum. You wouldn't believe it. You feel like you're crapping out daggone marbles, man. Feels like you crap out 3 pounds of marbles or something, and you wouldn't believe what's in the way it smells and stuff. And then you drink all them Epsom salts, and it's the same thing they give you when you're getting ready to have one of them, man, and God forbid you ever have to have an upper or lower GI. That right there is about as much fun as getting hit by a train. But you take that Epsom salt to flush you out. But you drink that olive oil, and then you drink that. You wait a little while, and then you drink that Epsom salt after that. And what happens is your liver gushes out into your bowel, and all that stuff's in there, all them poisons and everything you've been collecting all that time, and then them Epsom salts blows it out of you, gives you the shits real bad, and you get rid of it. But I know that works, and that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that using onions is a bad idea or that home remedies. I recommend home remedies and the natural stuff that you get out of the woods. You go out and dig up yourself, or you can go down here to one of these Amish shops and buy. And just regular things like pepper and rose hips and some of the just things that we use for just spices and things like that are medicinal. Mustard, mustard seed and stuff like that. There's a lot of good medicines out there. But yeah, I'll agree with Dearest Dawn and Chappelle and the gals there in the chat that, yeah, I'd go to natural remedies, and they're more effective.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna hang it up for the night. I'm tired. I gotta get up at 4. And I needs me rest. So hey,
I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you guys all for coming in.
Thanks for having me, brother.
I enjoy you guys. And I will hope to catch one of you guys' streams, because I'm sure you'll do a stream soon. So I'll be looking out for you guys' streams. Do you guys want to say anything?
Just glad to see you.
Yeah, I'll tell everybody, hey, said brothers and sisters, love y'all. And we tend to get in here and talk about everything that we're seeing that's bad and everything. But, man, I also see a lot of good going on. Lord's light coming down, waking these people up. There's a lot of people now seeing things like them cops over there. A friend's throwing them handcuffs down, and there's stuff like that that's going to go on. We're going to see a lot of great things, but just hold your head up and have faith, and just make sure to keep each other in our prayers. Keep it up. But I love y'all. Love every one of you.
No fear.
Oh.
Right. Good night.
Good night. Sharky, see ya. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, chat. As always, love you guys. Thanks for coming in and spending the 3 hours and 20 minutes tonight. Thanks for coming in, and I appreciate all the prayers and everything. So God bless you guys. May you guys be safe and healthy. And don't forget to stay vigilant.